What's good, folks? How's everybody doing? Everybody good? How's everybody doing, man? Everybody good? Listen, if you're in the room, please start the live. We're starting the show in a few minutes. I'm a little bit late today. Sorry, I had another thing to do, so. What's good, Remy? What's good, Missy? Hope you're good. Yeah, baby, how we doing? We good? How we doing? How we doing? Yeah. If you're in the room, make sure you're liking the live so we can get to 5K. We can start the show. Today we're talking about why that man ain't committing to you. Yes. I like good music, you know. I like chill music, you know. Somebody knows my name. Hello, Jenny. What's good? I hope you're alright. Hello, Clara. What's good? Come in, Pop. What's good? Hey, Joe. What's good? If you're in the room, like the live. We're starting the show at 5K. So you know how we do. We break things down today, man. So you hope you'll be around. Hey, 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 hey. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, 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 no. Sign about your name is. Sign about your name is. Bless one all. What's good, man? Blizzy, what's good? Nisha, what's good, man? Spicy topic, trust me, it's a spicy one for you. Da, 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 yes. I love for that, man. Thank you. Wish you did it early in the day. I hear it, yeah. You can watch a replay on my YouTube though, so if you want to watch a replay, it's on my YouTubes. I ain't another haircut. Wednesday night, I'm getting a haircut, boy. Cause I can't do this no more. I need to cut this flow and get it off. I need to feel fresh to death. Alright, if you're in the room, make sure you're liking the live. YouTube. Adyang. Amelina says smiley face. I love that, man. Listen, if you're in the room, make sure you're liking the live. Listen, we've only got 61 likes in the room. Hey, guys, come on. You can do better than this, man. Come on, man. We always start the show fresh, man. Come on, help me out here, man. You know what I mean? Tap the screen a little bit, B. You know what I'm saying to you? Don't do me dirty, but not tapping the screen. Don't do me dirty, but not tapping the screen. That's right, if you're in the area, make sure you're liking the live for me. We need to get ourselves at least a 5K before we start the show. So if you're interested in the topic, we've got 60 people in the room. What, I need 80 likes? Must be crazy. 60 plus people in the room, but nobody's liking that room. I need some more likes. Tap the screen. I need some more eyes. Tap the screen. Someone said, yeah. Trust me, it's gonna be a good topic today, man. Marcon says, hey, yo, how you doing, man? You hope you're good, man. Moy, shout out to you for waving as well, man. We appreciate you. All right, the likes are going up now. I see it going up a little bit more, the likes. I see you rising. Oh, I see you rising. Yeah. Ooh, rah. Okay. Hey, you know, what do you not call it? Lo-fi, lo-fi. What do you not call it? I'm showing my tail in it a little bit. No-fi, lo-fi. What do you not call it? Yeah. So no. Say, why can't that man commit to you and give you his life? Why's he gotta play your heart? I said, why does this man not commit to you? And does it why keep playing your heart? Why is it always you, yes you? Why is it always you, yes you? He keeps playing with you, and he say you don't know what to do. Hey, listen, don't play with me, listen. Hey, can I start to sing louder? Maybe I will. Because he ain't my man. Ooh, I hear it still. I hear it still. Eat your chocolate, got some vocals, thank you. Because he ain't an honest man. I hear it. He keeps lying to you. Tell him what he's gonna do. He ain't done what's supposed to do. He keeps lying to you. He ain't done what's supposed to do. You know the 90s music. I love my 90s, man. Everything like he keeps lying to you. He ain't done what's supposed to do. Dig it. Alright, we're on 2.3k. Listen, if you're in the room, make sure you're liking and like. We're gonna start the show soon. As soon as we get to 5k, we start the show. He's afraid to confront himself. I hear it still. Cause he's just not into you. He keeps lying to you. Cause he ain't into you. Cause he never loved me from the beginning. I hear it. He got another girl he likes. It ain't you, that's right. Come on. He's got another girl he likes. He said you and him ain't right. Sitting there in the dark. Alright. Oh, thanks for ruining my night. Oh, sorry, Danny B. Light on my corner. 3k. I got you, don't worry. Today we're gonna be having a good show, trust me. Ooh, baby. We gonna do this right. That's the advert. Alright, we're on 3.3k, almost there, man. 5k, we're gonna start the show, man. I can promise you we're gonna start the show real soon. Then I'm gonna tell you the truth. You say the truth sets you free. How you gonna be mad at me if I tell you it's your responsibility? You can account for the ability. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just making things up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm making things up. Why are you slowing it down for? I like the speed, man. Oh wait, hold on. I appreciate Spartan, man. Love for that, man. You know when they scat? I wish I had lyrics for it. I'm not really a lyric person, you know what I'm saying? Alright, we're almost there, guys. 500 more likes and we start the show. Album cover, put that man first. The title of the album, Why That Man Ain't Committing to You. That was my first album, Why That Man Is Not Committing to You. You know the ones there, fam. Them album covers right there. Them old school ones, they're like this. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Them album covers right there, bro. Alright, almost there, guys. I know it hurts to feel this love. I feel it deep, 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 deep. 'Cause I know it hurts to feel this love. I feel it deep, 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 deep. Boom, let's start the show. Alright, listen, 5K hit, boom. Alright, listen, the topic of the title today, yeah, is why that man ain't committing to you. I want to make it very, very clear, okay, alright? I like to empower people, okay? I like to empower people. It's what I coach people to do, to be empowered, okay, alright? So when I say this line, I want you to understand something. It's personal what I'm about to say, but it's not personal, okay, alright? It's personal what I'm about to say, but it's not personal. You know what I'm saying to you? Somebody type in the chat, nasty work, because it's about to get nasty in here, okay? Alright? So today's topic we're talking about, alright, is why that man ain't committing to you. I want to tell you something. If you join us on a Monday, we always talk about from attachment styles perspective, and today ain't no different. Okay? Today isn't any different. It's still an attachment live. I'm just breaking it down with another topic, okay? So today's topic we're talking about is why that man can't commit to you and how your attachment is affecting commitment and why men are committing to you. Yes, your attachment style is going to affect how men are going to commit to you. Okay, all right. A lot of times when we talk about about commitment, the real problem around commitment is that oftentimes some people you give way too much, too soon, too early. Some of you don't like to even commit. You like to keep a distance with a person. You like to fall into a relationship, okay? You don't like hearing commitment. And some of you play games on the line, okay? Some of you like to do the I'm in, but I'm out. You know, I'm in, but is it too soon? But when they pull away, I gotta go and get them again. Like, some of you are on that line where you play that game with them, okay? All right? So we're gonna be talking about attachment styles. If you don't know what that is, that it was first coined by a British psychologist called John Bowlby, and Mary Ainsworth later developed the work. And what they found was there were 4 attachment styles. Number 1 is secure. We're all working to be secure. Okay, we're all working to be secure. Okay. Number 2, there was anxious attachment. Number 3 was dismissive avoidant. Now, when Mary Ainsworth came in, she decided to add a 4th one, which is what we call fearful avoidant, dysfunctional, disorganized attachment. Okay, they're all the same, but it's just one whole name, right? Fearful avoidant is fearful avoidant dysfunctional and disorganized are all one. It just has different names depending on where you're coming from and where you're studying that particular topic, okay? So 4 attachments, okay? Now, those 4 attachments, what he learned was the young children, the way they would relate to the caregiver oftentimes reflected in how they dealt with emotional connection in their adult relationships. That means that the way that some people are committing or having fear of commitment, there is an attachment style that's also linked to that. So I'm going to give you those 3 things again because we're going to deal with the other 3. Secure already fine. It's the other 3 we've got to deal with, okay? It's the anxious, it's the dismissive avoidant, it's the fearful avoidant. Number 1, the first group is anxious people. They are overgivers, okay? You give too much too quick. You're all in like, I like you so much. I love you already. Bro, it's been 3 days. Okay, I love you, I care about you, you're so amazing, like, I can see my whole life ahead of me now, I picture marriage, and it's 4th day. Bro, calm down, okay, all right, sis, calm down, all right, you're the part of the anxious crew, one of you, those people there. Number 2, okay, is what we call the avoidance, okay, the avoidance, dismissive avoidant people, okay, dismissive avoidant people, you, when it comes to commitment, tend to, I like to call it, you like to, you don't want to rush it. Okay, you don't want to rush it, and you kind of don't want them to say a label. Okay, you don't really like labels. Yeah, if you know who you are, you know who you are. Okay, you don't like labels. You want to fall into the relationship. You know, you say, let's just see how it goes. I want to just flow with it right now. I don't want to commit to anything just yet. But if it goes well, then we can talk about it. Yeah, if you know you're that one, you're dismissive avoidant probably in that group. Okay, and number 3 group is Number 3 group, you're afraid of commitment. Like you are afraid in a sense of like you want it, but you're afraid of it. So let's say somebody says they like you and they want you and they want a relationship. You're like, yeah. And then when you get into it, you're like, that's a bit too much too quickly. I wanted it, but it feels a little bit quick now, all of a sudden. You're in a 3rd group, which is probably fearful avoidance. Okay, all right? So these insecure attachments, okay, actually determine a lot of how we deal with commitment and what people we also attract into our relationship. So before we go any further, somebody type in the chat accountability. Okay, if you're with me, type in the chat accountability, because this is what I'm going to be asking for you when you listen to these breakdowns for you. Okay, we have to be accountable in order for us to grow. I want to empower you. When I coach my clients, which are predominantly women, by the way, when I coach them to be empowered. The only way to be empowered is to be accountable for your choices that you make in your life. If you are accountable for the choices you make in your life, you are empowered. And when you're empowered, you can make powerful decisions. Okay, cool. So, all right, let's talk about this. Number 1 is the anxious group, okay? They are the clingers and the overcommitters. You know who you are, okay? All right? Group number 1, okay? As to why people struggle to commit to you is because you are group number 1. You are a clinger and an overcommitter, okay? All right? So let's talk a little bit about the boundaries aspect and how it's going to play a role, okay? So for the anxious group, okay, you guys have what we call bad boundaries in the sense of, no, I shouldn't say that. You guys have very loose boundaries. What does that mean? It means in the sense of your boundaries get easily pushed aside because for you, you begin to identify with the needs of the other person. Like if you're one of those people, like when you get into any kind of commitment, before you even get committed, you like somebody, you start ignoring all your needs. You forget what your needs are. You forget what you even want. You forget, all you care about is nailing that person. All you care about is getting that person, right? That you're willing to say everything and anything in that particular space, right? This is one of those things. Your boundaries are off key, okay? Number 2 is you think that because the person is close to you, this means it's going to be a relationship. No. Okay? You think because they spoke to you, it's a relationship. No. Okay? No. All right? Just because they spoke to you, just because they're spending time with you, does not mean it's a relationship. Okay? Now, I know some people are going to talk to you. They're going to flirt with you. They're going to tell you all this kind of stuff. But until they tell you they're trying to make it into a relationship, I want you to understand something, darling. It's not a relationship. Okay? And it is not a commitment just yet. right? So don't mistake the fact that they're spending time with you and proximity as it is a relationship. This is where your empowerment is going to come in, but we'll deal with that a little bit later on, okay? You commit early without the person even reciprocating, okay? It's not clear. It's not made opaque. Sorry, I shouldn't have opaque. Transparent, sorry. You know, it's very gray and murky, but you decide to commit. Right? Like let's say for instance you're talking to somebody for a few days or even for a few weeks. That person hasn't said they want you, but you're judging because of the behavior, which I understand. The behavior might seem like they really like you, and they probably do. But then you start committing yourself. You haven't even asked them if they want the commitment or not. Right? If you ask them, then you get to make a choice. But you don't do that. You're afraid they may abandon you and they may leave you. So what you do is you jump well ahead. You're like, I'll just trust that their behavior means they like me, and if that's the case, I will go ahead. I will commit myself without even saying a word. I'm committing myself. It's really important. Okay, all right. You're committing yourself. And number 4, what this happens also is you overlook red flags. Now you are one of the worst. You know who you are. Anxious people, you know you're one of the worst. You see a red flag and you turn it green. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. You see a red flag. Okay, and you feel like, you know what, if I love them enough, this flag is going to turn green. I know that they are controlling. I know they're rude. I know they're nasty. I know they've got money problems. I know that they've cheated on all their ex-girlfriends. I know that, you know what, they don't pay for meals. But you know what? If I can love you correctly, I know that this person can change. This person has a good heart. I can see right into them. I know they've got a great heart. I'm gonna love you better, better. That's what you sing. That's your favorite song. I'm gonna love you better, better. Darling, this way we have to be accountable, okay? Now, the reason why this happens to you, the reason why, because I want to explain it why. It's always good to understand why, okay? It's important to understand why, okay? We want to know why this happens, okay? So you get a bit of understanding, and so you're not left, spare and without any knowledge. Okay. So why is it this happens? Okay, let me explain. Okay, the reason why this happens is because many of you were taught from a very young age that love is inconsistent. That love needs to be chased. Love needs to be pursued. So whenever you go into dating, any kind of dating dynamics, before you get to commitment, you are looking for the inconsistent love. You are looking for the chase. You are looking for the pursuit. You are looking for anybody who seems out of reach. This is why they're not committing to you, because you're choosing people who don't want to commit to you, and you're trying to make them commit to you. Okay? You're actually choosing people who are not committory. I want to tell you something. I know it sounds peak. You're actually choosing people who don't want to commit to you because you're trying to prove your childhood wrong. Right? You're trying to secure it down quickly. And so when you sense that man that you like, and you know there's a man, yeah, that you like. We're not talking about everyone else likes, the one that you like. And you like him a lot. What ends up happening is you are like, I need to lock this down quick. I need to lock it down quick. If I don't lock it down, I don't know what could happen. Right? So what ends up happening is because there's a high desire, there's a high attraction, you like the characteristics of a person on a surface level. You're like, hey, I can't afford to lose this person, because actually, if I do lose this kind of person, what does it say about me internally? What does it say about me who's unable again to secure love, even in my adulthood? In my childhood, I was powerless to stop my parents from giving me inconsistent love. And now as an adult, I'm also powerless to get the man that I want. Whoa, no. I will chase this and I will work for this. And you have certain sentences that come out your mouth that says, you know what? I know love is tough. I know it's hard work. I know that I've got to keep trying at it. I don't want to give up too soon. You are those people. You know who you are. Okay? All right. And because of your nervous system, because in your childhood, love was associated with, performance, and performance was associated with anxiety. Right. Let me say it one more time so you understand the connection here, the equation. Why this happens as to why you have people who don't commit to you very well is because what you understand about love from an anxious perspective is that when you were a child, love equaled performance. But to perform also meant anxiety. Because if you're going to perform, because you know that when the love is on the line, your parents' congratulations, your parents' appreciation, your parents' gratitude, your parents' well done. Okay, your parents, okay, cool. We see you. All of that was attached to performance. So when it's attached to performance, what ends up happening is when you get to an adult, whenever you feel that anxiety, you feel that rush of the cortisol running around your body, when you start feeling that person pulling away from you, you go, oh, this is it. This is love. This is connection. This is what I like to, this is what I remember. This is what I know. Oh, I have to chase it. I have to go and get it because it's exactly what you did as a child. You performed and now you're performing again for a man. And that man oftentimes is an avoidant. He don't even want you. Okay? All right? He doesn't even want you. All right? Cool. So, here are some of the warning signs. I want to help you, okay? Here are some of the warning signs. Okay? Here are some of the warning signs. One of the warning signs is you talk too much too soon. Okay? You talk too much too soon. What do I mean by this? You're like, you ever seen these bars? You know what? You're the air I breathe. I ain't never loved no one else like this. I'm not saying you can't say those bars, but I'm just giving you some examples, okay? I just feel like we'll be so good together. I can see the future. I see future kids already. You know what? I can already see the marriage rolling in my head already, man. I'm seeing the house. I'm seeing the car. I'm seeing the kids. I'm seeing the finance. I'm seeing the lifestyle. Yeah? You're everything I prayed for and more. Shoot. Even if I didn't pray, this is something that I loved and I needed. Like you say these big words and you make these big grand statements because you're actually trying to perform. You are again acting again. You're performing again once more because you need to feel like you have to win them over. I want to let you know you ain't got to win nobody over. Okay, you ain't ever got to win anybody over. When they like you, when I like a woman, yeah, she hasn't got to win me over, She's just being herself, and I like her being herself. But when you start recognizing you're overperforming, probably that ain't the right space or the right guy, or you're feeling pressure from the fact you like this person too much. You need to look at it. Okay? All right? Number 2, another warning sign of too early, too soon is you are too much seeking reassurance. Do you still want me? What are we so early? Hey, by the way, what are we is good. I want you to understand something. What are we is good. But you have to know that when you're saying what are we after 3 days, broski, it might be a little bit soon. I'm just going to say might be a little bit soon. That's what I'm saying. Okay? So, what are we is good. It's not a problem. It's just, we've got to be aware of that timing, you know what I mean? Yeah. What are we? Saying, for, saying, are you talking to those other girls? Hey, if he hasn't told you that you're the one, don't worry about what other girls are saying. Are you still talking to other girls? Are you still, are you liking those other girls? What's going on with those other girls? Like, your focus is external of other people, and he hasn't even committed to you, darling. Relax. Relax. Doing too much. Okay? All right, doing too much. All right? Okay? Doing too much. Simmer down a little bit. Okay? Another warning sign is you get attached and you have no clue who they are. You know who you are. You get attached and you have no clue who they are. And if I ask you, why is it you actually want them? You can't even explain. When I ask you, why is it that you like them? You're even struggling to get words out. I don't know, it's a feeling. I just get a feeling. He just makes me feel. I hear it, but what are the quality? But I don't know, he just makes me feel like, I just feel like, so with him, I just feel like, I just feel like, you see what I'm saying to you, right? And I hear it. Okay, I really do hear it. We've all been there. So this is not an indictment on you. It's me telling you that you don't have any factual idea as to why you actually like that person, because you're on vibes right now. And actually vibes is what we call chemistry. But even chemistry simply is an emotional connectivity. It's part of it. It's actually really good. Vibes is good. It's like when you have vibes, it's because the likes, the desire, the wants, some of the values are kind of aligning. That's actually really good. But it requires a wider scope of other things coming into play. What are your standards? What are your vision? What is your emotional regulation like? What's your what's your ideas around faith? What's your ideas around kids? These are all deep things like that also are included in getting to know someone and binding you guys together. But when you just tell me it's just vibes, I'm like, oh, you haven't gone deep yet, and you're infatuated with the energy, the vibe, the handsomeness, the attractiveness, which I get. You know what I'm saying to you? We've all been there, okay? So here's a couple of things that you can start doing, okay? All right, here's a couple of things you can start doing, all right? I can't explain it all because, again, this is why we have to DM me for coaching, because it's what we do, right? But here are a couple of things that you start doing. Number one, you are empowered to make powerful decisions. What does that mean? Slow the frick down. Slow the frick down. Why are you rushing? Why are you running? Okay? Slow it all the way down. Okay? Right? It's okay to like them. It's okay to be attracted to them. Those are important things. But what I want you to do is I want you to really assess, do I know what my needs and my wants are? Because actually the issue behind this is you've trained yourself not to do the deep dive. Because you're afraid if you do a deep dive, you'll find something. And you know what? You're right, you will. You will find whether that person's right for you or they're wrong for you. Okay? So many of the anxious people, they don't want to do the deep dive. They want to rush things because they're afraid of being abandoned. They're afraid if they find something, it will make the person incompatible. They're afraid if they find something, it will make the person ugly to them. They're afraid if they find something, they'll no longer be this attractive person to them. And then that will be an abandonment aspect. Or again, I have to start all over again. And all of this is just you rushing the process because of your abandonment needs. That's all. Your abandonment wounds are causing you to rush things. Slow it down. You have the power to slow it down and have a real conversation. Get to understand, what are their deeper, needs? What are their deeper thoughts? How do they handle conflict? How are they creating a judgment-free zone? Yeah, you have to really understand that. Okay, so that's number one. Okay, and number two. Okay, really got to work on your boundaries. Okay, really got to work on your boundaries. Here's what I mean by working on your boundaries. Stop abandoning your needs for that man or woman. I shouldn't just say for them because the men do it as well too. Stop abandoning your needs. What does that mean? It means some of you are afraid of betrayal, but you don't recognize that you betrayed you first. Therefore, you're about to be betrayed for real. Let me say again. Many times, and I'm speaking to the women specifically as well as the men, but I want to talk to the ladies first. Many of you find, I'm going to tell you the honest truth, some of you find the cheating, the financial cheat, the emotional cheat, because you cheat. You're a cheat too. Yes, you cheat yourself out of your own needs, and you keep identifying with their needs and keep supplying them like you are their crack dealer. And so guess what? When someone's on crack, what they do? A crack person ain't got no loyalty to a crack dealer, except he keeps on dealing crack. When he stops dealing it, he goes to somebody else. And that's what some of you are. You are the crack dealer because you are consistently in a position of supplying the needs of somebody else. And so when you think that that person's, and that's why they can't commit to you, because a crack dealer is never committed, a person's on crack is never committed, sorry, I should say the addict is never committed to the crack dealer. He's never committed. He's only committed to the service and the product. He or she is not loyal to you as a person. So when you are dating and you're not loyal to you, but you're loyal to that man instead by abandoning what you need, by eroding what your emotional needs are, by saying, okay, you know what, I need to be loved correctly, but you push it aside. If I just love him enough, they'll love me the way I need to be loved. You know, you push everything that you need aside, and then you launch at what they need, right? You needed somebody who's kind. You need somebody who's compassionate. You need somebody who's dependable. You need somebody who's stable. You need somebody who's financially, accountable. You needed somebody who's emotionally intelligent. You needed somebody who's mentally stable. And yet you abandon all those things because you're like, well, if I play that role for you, I know that you need somebody who's financially stable. I know that you need somebody that is going to love them no matter what. I know you need somebody who can help them after work. I know they need. So you've already counted up what they need, and that's really good. It's not a bad thing. It's just bad because it's only bad when you don't know how to advocate for your own needs as well. Therefore, your needs won't get met because you're a silent partner, and then you complain, wondering why these men don't commit. They're not committing because they're addicts. You choose addicts, and you're trying to rehabilitate an addict, and an addict gonna do what an addict gonna do. So I want you to understand, you have the power. I want to say it again. You have the power. So I want you to understand, your choices is your power. We don't give up our choice and depower ourselves when we have that in tow. You don't have to give that up. So slow it down, process what's happening. And if you don't know how to do that, first of all, sit down and start writing a list. What is it I essentially want versus what I need? You write a list. And on the list of needs, make sure the needs, I need kind, I need compassionate, I need somebody who understands love, I need somebody who's not rude, I need somebody who's got boundary, and that's all on the needs side. So when you date somebody and they do not hit that list on the needs, not the wants, the needs, you can go, you know what? I like you, but you know what? I recognize you're not for me. I like you, but I recognize you're not for me. That's all. Okay? Move slowly. You're too fast. Okay? You're too fast. All right. We're going to go into number two. We're going to go to number two. Group two. We're going to deal with them in a second or two. By the way, if you're in the room, make sure you're liking the live. Let's keep the likes going up. It helps with the analytics and helps more people come into the room. We do this every Monday at 10:30, and we kick off and we talk about relationships and attachment styles. Okay, I'm your favorite wonderful content creator. I'm on YouTube. If you're already following me on YouTube, by all means, then you're already experiencing the greatness already. But if you're on TikTok and you're experiencing me, yes, I dance, but a lot of times we talk about relationships on this live as well. If you're somebody who's looking to heal and grow and become a better version of themselves, this is where you need to DM me for coaching. We're doing a free discovery call, which doesn't mean a coaching session. It means we get to discover what your needs are and see if my coaching aligns with your expectations. So if you are looking for a coach, you've been looking for someone to help guide you, I'm your guy. Okay, you've met me at the right time. DM me. We can get you a free discovery call for 30 minutes. We'll see you have a conversation, and then we can see if the coaching is the right way to go for you. Nothing to lose and everything to gain. Okay. All right, cool. So number two, okay, let's talk about group two. Group two, dismissive avoidance. Okay, dismissive avoidance. You know who you are, group two. When I mention you, you know I'm talking about you. Group two are the ones who undercommit. You are the no, I was going to say a rude word. Group two, you know that when it comes to any kind of commitment, you're hella slow with it, bro. You see, the anxious people are fast. You're slow. You are very slow when it comes to commitment. Like, you got to make sure you cross all the T's, dot all the I's, and then make sure every other letter on there is also done well, right? Which is cool. But the reality is you are very slow. Okay? And the reason why you're slow is not because, oh, you're trying to assess and vet. That is part of it. You're trying to assess and vet. But the problem is that you're afraid of other people. What do I mean by that? I mean in the sense of you're afraid that they will either reject you or they'll betray you. So you're trying to do extensive vetting to make sure they're the right person for you, which sounds great, by the way. But when do you finish the vetting? Oh, no. When do you finish the vetting? And in between that time of you vetting, why are you sleeping with them? No. Let's be honest. Let's keep it a buck now, because you know who you are. Okay, you know exactly who I'm talking about. In between the process of vetting, why are you sleeping with them? Why are you flirting with them? Why are you telling them that you like them? Why are you saying, you know, you're a girl like, you know, a man like you, I could really see myself with? Why are you telling them sweet nothings? In between that time of commitment, and we don't know who we are, you keep saying sweet nothing. Stop it. You know who you are. You know. Sorry, I need to get my wire out. You know who you are. Okay? You say these sweet little bars. Okay? All right? And you know why you know? Because a man them be telling you. They tell you two things. Rah, you're cold, you know, but I don't know, something about you. You're cold, you know, but something about you. You girls know who you are. I'm not talking about the guys. We're talking about the ladies. You know who you are. Serial non-committers. You know how to get a man twisted up. In fact, all the girls come to you and say, "How do you do it, sis? How do you get these men on a string?" Yeah, because you don't commit. That's why. You know who you are. You don't commit. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And the girls are always asking, how is it? How do you get all these men to like, how is it? I want to get them. How do I get the man on a string like that? How do you get a man to do this for you? How do you get a man to do that for you? Because you choose men who are anxious. Yeah, you know who are dismissive avoidance. The ladies, you know who I'm talking about. You choose anxious men. You know I'm not lying to you. I wouldn't do that to you. Hold on, let me just make sure. I wouldn't do that to you. You know. Oh, crap. I don't make broke the thing. Hold on. I'm breaking up. There we go. Yeah, you know I'm not lying. Okay, all right. There's some of you in group 2. You know group 2. Group 2 are a special group. Because if you have one of those people in... Even if you're not a group 2 personally, if you know a group 2 person, you all look up to group 2. Because group 2 kind of gal, she just... You know, she just has man on a string. Men just chase her for some reason. You don't know why. You don't know why. You don't know why the man them love her so much, bro. They do everything for her. Why? But you're struggling to get the man to do anything. But this girl here, you know, why is it? Because she never commits. And because the very men that she chooses are very anxious. The very men that she commits are very anxious. And those anxious men are always chasing her. Okay? All right. So when you're part of group 2 and you're the dismissive avoidant group, you are always escaping commitment. You need to fall into it. Okay. You need to fall into it. For you, dismissive avoidance, you don't even for those who are listen. Let me tell you. For those who are group 2, and there's not always many of the group 2s, but you know who you are. You don't even tell a man that are you my boy. You don't ask him what are we. He asks you what are we. You know who you are. Group 2 people, they're rarity. For the ladies, they're rarity. For the man, there's a lot of them. But for the ladies, there's not a lot of these girls. But when you meet them, the man them are always asking, so what are we? Girls like, what do you mean, what are we? Like, yo, I'm just let's see how it goes. Okay, let's not do too much. You know? Let's not do too much. Yeah? You know who I'm tuning to. See, Christina said group 2 sounds like something I can try to you know, yeah. All right. Okay. Group 2, man, they're a powerful group. Okay, but they just got commitment issues. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this. Okay, let's talk about this. Group 2, how their boundaries affect commitment. Okay, how their boundaries affect commitment. Here's how group 2 dismissive avoidant women, specifically I'm talking about, but it can also relate to the men, how it affects them. Okay, you guys have very rigid boundaries, and the rigid boundaries, I'm part of group 2, so I know very rigid boundaries means you can't get too close to me too soon. You know the ones where everyone's saying, oh, you're a friend, and in your head you're saying, I don't class you as a friend. You're doing too much too quickly. I don't know who you are. I don't even know if I can trust you. But I'm going to be cool with you still. Don't worry about that. But I'm just going to tell you in my head that you think I'm your best friend. I'm not. Right? That's group 2. They know who they are. So you have very rigid boundaries. Like anybody that gets close too quickly, anybody that says, babe, I love you. You know, even with your friends, when the girls start saying, babe, I love you, you start going, How does this girl love me and she don't even know me? She don't even ask me deep questions. You know what I mean? Yeah? I'm bringing it in, okay? I'm bringing it in, okay? Right? But the problem with that is that your emotional walls are very high. Okay? All right? Your emotional walls are very high and you're very independent. That's what makes you date particular men. And those men, you find them frustrating. That's the problem with group 2. Group 2 are their own worst enemy because the very men that they attract are the very men they're turned off by. That's why they're also running. Okay? Because the men they attract are a very anxious men who want to quickly attach. And that's their trigger. So those men that want them, they are saying, I want you, I want to marry you, I want to be with you, I want to date you, I want to be your boyfriend. You're like, whoo! Hold up. You're too fast. You're too quick. Or, you know, even if you're in, you might not be all the way in. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah? You've got very hard boundaries. That person, in order for you to trust them, they have to have saved your life. And even then, it's kind of tricky. Right? That person has to be around you for a very long time. In fact, I think a lot of dismissive avoidance end up dating friends. Quote unquote say. When I say friends, what I mean by this, people they put in a friend zone. Because they need to vet you for a very long time to be able to understand where you're coming from. Like, just to make sure you're not no idiot. Because one thing they cannot do is make a choice that their own choice chokes them. They can't feel like, if I made that choice, I made a mistake. So I have to make sure I'm getting it right. Hyper-independence, unfortunately. Okay? Number 2, dismissive avoidant people, group 2, the problem that they have is that they commit with their bodies, not with their hearts. You know who you are. Let me tell you who the dismissive avoidants are, okay? All right? You know who you are, okay? You know when they talk about women that are black cats, that's technically kind of avoidance. So that's those people there, okay? You know your body and what it can do. Yeah. You know that it's easier to give your body than it is to give your mind. So you may have partners, sexual partners, but it doesn't mean they're going to be dateable. You're having fun. Hey, no judgment. I'm just saying what it is, okay? You're just having fun. It's not a judgment thing. This is me just explaining some behaviors, okay? Because at the end of the day, you're not committed. And you're one of the, you see that the group 2 are a part of an elite group that are very few. When we say those women that can have sex with you and then tell you to leave her house right after, that's that group. That's that group right there. Yeah? The ones that can move like the man them. When people say women move like man them, they're not talking about man them. What they're talking about, women that move like avoidant men. So those avoidant women who are detached, okay, can move like the men, quote unquote, to say. They can have sex with you and release you because they're detached from the emotion aspect. They're very cold. And men who like projects love these women. Okay, I'm going to tell you again. These women are in business, they're in finances, they're in corporate. They're usually quite well off and they do really well because they're very detached because they like the man. They like the men. They like the men in those atmospheres. So they can climb up the ladder very, very quickly. So what you'll realize is the men that love them like a project. And they like to try and break the wall down. I want to break the wall down. You know, I want to figure you out. I see that you're cold, but I want to understand what's behind the coldness. Yeah? Yeah. For the group 2, dismissive avoidance, you see commitment as control or loss of autonomy. You know, for the group 2 dismissive avoidance, they feel like if they commit, then they lose themselves. They lose their identity. They will lose their autonomy. They'll lose themselves. So that's why it takes so long to eventually commit. But when you eventually get a dismissive avoidance to commit, my God, they are clingy. Bro, listen, they're different. When you finally get them to commit, oh boy, like, they're in there. But most times, they ain't trying to get in there like that. You know what I'm saying to you? So their key thing is that they don't want to feel like, for them, they don't want to feel like they're losing control. They don't want to feel they want to feel like they're losing their autonomy. So it's very hard to just commit, because commit would mean losing things. It would mean giving up me. It would mean my life that I've built, I'd have to give it up. And they're not recognizing that you are co-opting your life. You know what I'm saying to you? You have to recognize you're co-opting your life. You're sharing your life with somebody. Okay? All right? Number 4. Okay? You will use logic to justify emotional connection or emotional disconnection. Okay? All right? You'll say things like, I'm trying to figure myself out. You know? It's complicated. I need space. You know, I'm just not ready yet. You know, I'm just trying to see. I don't want to, you know, I need to see what's out there first. Or, you know, I'm just discovering who I am. When you say all these lines, really and truly, that's them trying to keep the distance, keep the emotional distance from you and them. They don't want to get too close. Okay. All right. Now, why does this happen? In fact, let me just say this as well. If you've ever met a dismissive, avoidant woman, they can give you all the trimmings. Yeah, it's not you, it's me. That's good. They can give you all the trimmings of somebody who seems to be interested. They're playing the girlfriend role to a T. And the moment you ask them to be a girlfriend, it's like they start glitching. No. You know, the ladies, this is how they end up with non-committal people, because it's easy. You see, it's all about control and power for them. Dismissive avoidance, it's all about control and power. So you have to understand, they don't want you. You see, when you don't put no label on it, there's no stakes. If there's no stakes, there's no form of rejection, right? There can be no form of abandonment. There can be no form of betrayal. So in that space, what you'll realize is, this. You will see that in the midst of you, like, quote unquote, dating them or seeing them, okay? What you'll recognize is that they will give you all the trimmings. Like, they are loving you, they're on you, they're calling you, they're talking to you, they go on dates with you. It just seems like it's going really, really well. And you're like, wow, it's going really, really well. And then you mention, hey, I want us to be in a relationship. I don't even know if I like him now. I don't know if I want him. I don't even know if he's the right kind of guy. Wait, hold on a minute. I think there's something where I just realized that he's got, you know what? His left earlobe, I don't even like it. Yeah, and you know what it is? I've even seen the way that he does breakfast. I don't even like the way he does breakfast. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work. I'm not sure. Then you start finding holes to start poking in, because you now need to find a reason to create emotional distance. Sabotage. Okay. So, why does this all happen? Okay, we have to ask, why does this all happen? Okay, why does this happen? This happens because, number one, you grew up in an environment where you were self-reliant, and what you recognized was that you associated closeness with suffocation. Okay? You associated closeness with suffocation, meaning this. What I mean by this is, when you were a child, if your parents didn't give you that love that you needed, essentially, okay, your parents didn't give you that that tender care that you needed that would fit your emotional needs. They made it seem as if they got close, you'd die an early death. So guess what happens? You learn that being close means I lose me. Being that close means that, it's weakness. Okay, if I need you, it's weakness. And so what that lady is recognizing is the moment she feels like she is going to have to commit and have to depend on someone else. It's tight. That's when she starts thinking about it. Oh, okay, it's risky. It is a bit of a risk. I've got to really think about that, right? Because now she's associating the closeness with suffocation. Okay? All right? Cool. Number 2, again, similar to part number 1, okay? Because your emotional needs were not met as a young child, okay, you've learned how to be dependent on yourself. So that self-depend, that I've got it, I can handle it, you know, I don't want you to help, I don't want to ask for help, you know, I don't want to have to feel like I owe you something if I ask you for help and you do something for me, you know, all that kind of stuff, right? When that happens, okay, dependency feels very dangerous. Okay? All right? Very dangerous. Okay? So in this space, for you, the association of being dependent on somebody, the association of loving somebody, association of now your heart is exposed and you can get hurt as well and can be rejected, this is now danger. How can I give somebody that much power? How can I give them that much power? That's the thought process, not recognizing that interdependence is a necessity for relationships to work. You have to be able to open your heart and for them to open their heart and be reciprocating the love, the giving and the taking. Okay? Okay. All right. So, another reason, another reason for that happening also is very interesting aspect, which is for dismissive avoidance, it's all about just keeping people out, no matter what, you know. It's all about keeping out the pain and the love. Okay, whereas with fearful avoidance is different. Fearful avoidance is like, I want the love, I want the pain. They're associated too. Dismissive is like, hey, I don't want the pain and I even don't want the love. Because if I get the love, that can come with pain and I ain't trying to be in that, right? So it's like immediately like, cancel it all. You know, cancel it all. Okay? Cancel it all. If we just stay at the non-committal phase, the non-title phase, we're good. Right? That's what we're talking about with the group 2. Okay? All right, group 2. So, here are some warning signs. Okay? Here are some warning signs for you in group 2. Okay? You are a person who likes to go with the flow. You don't want to define the relationship. You don't want to define the relationship. You want to go with the flow. That's group number 1. For warning sign. Number 2, warning sign. Okay? You pull back right when things feel emotionally good. You tell yourself, life can't be this good. Love can't feel this good. There must be something coming around the corner. There must be something wrong. No, maybe you're dangerous. Gotta be careful. Okay? All right? You pull right back when it feels emotionally good. Warning number 3. Instead of communicating and being emotionally open and available, you are casual with sex with that particular person. So you would happily exist in a plane of being more sexual than you are really in terms of being more emotional, right? So you can have an emotional conversation, but you're not necessarily opening yourself up. But you could open yourself up sexually because that doesn't require the risk that it does when it comes to emotional connection. All right? You know who you are. So here are some tips to help you. Okay? All right? Number 1. Okay? Number 1 is understanding that whilst it's good to take it slow, you have to trust your voice and trust your discernment. You have to trust your voice and you have to trust your discernment. The reason why you are not entering into relationships with people is because you're not trusting your voice and your discernment. Whilst you may think you are because you're keeping people at bay, you're actually not trusting your discernment. You're keeping everybody at bay. That's different. That's not discernment at that point. That's just you just saying everybody can't get in. Discernment means I recognize what can come in and what cannot come in. Trust your discernment. Okay? Number 2, understand that you being emotionally available is not a loss of control. It is a gaining of connection and safety. Okay? All right? That your availability emotionally, okay, isn't a loss of control. It is it is a gaining of connection and a gaining of safety. Okay? All right? Understand that. It's important for you. Okay? All right? So this is all important. These things are necessary. Okay? Hold on. It's coming here. These things are necessary. Okay? And number 3 is little by little, you're practicing independentness. How do we do that? By breaking the mold, asking people for help. Okay? Asking people to support you. Okay? Asking people to accompany you, help you. These are all aspects of breaking the mold of independence, right? Asking people for the help, asking them to support you, asking them to be with you in those moments, right, that you need it in the most time. Being able to reach out as well, okay? Reaching out to your networks and your support links to say, hey, I do need some help from you, right? Those are going to be helping you begin to break out of that independent spirit. It's not easy to do. I ain't going to lie to you because I find it difficult myself. So I want to be real with you, okay? All right? It's not easy. Okay. But we'll come on to these people in a bit. Now, the last group, group 3. Group 3. Let's deal with group 3. Group 3. Let's deal with you. Okay. Group 3. You are the fearful avoidance. Okay. The fearful avoidance. Okay. The hot and the cold individuals. You know who you are. Okay. You are the people that are hopscotching in and out of commitment, baby. Okay? You jump into it quick, but you jump out of it even faster. Okay? You know who you are. That group 3, you can get into commitments, but you be getting out of it real fast too. Okay? All right? And so for you, you'll make a decision and you're like, I think I made the wrong decision. I don't think I made the right decision. And you'll jump out. You'll be looking for a reason to get out. You jump out of the pound real quick. Okay? All right? And so because of your hot and coldness, all right, because you want love, but you're afraid of it at the same time. So the moment you see anything that's not congruent with the pattern that you think you understood, that's when the sabotage starts. The moment they do anything outside of the pattern that you thought that existed originally, ooh, baby. Like, wait, what? You said you're going to be at work at 7 a.m. Why are you at work at 8 a.m. now? Okay. Okay, something not quite right here. Start pulling back. Immediately start pulling back. Start going quiet. Start, you're giving one-word answers now. Something's not quite right, but that's what it's like in your brain. It's like, something's not quite right, and if that's not right, it means something's gonna happen. It means so you be committing, but then you'll be like, you be seeing stuff, yeah, and then you be jumping out real quick, fast. Okay, all right. And to be fair, it's probably even right, but it's because you choose people that are chaotic and are mad. Okay, you know the kind of people you choose. When they talk, you see when a man them talk about, the girls always choose the bad boys. They're actually talking about a specific type of woman. They're not talking about all women. They think they are, and they're not. What the men are actually talking about is usually fearful avoidance. That's the woman they're talking about. The ones that date the gangsters, the bad boys, the ones that date the man them that are fraudsters, the man them that were never behaving in school, y'all know your lifestyle, your home. Most of these women, not all, Because some of you come from good homes, so it's not like that. But a lot of you come from that particular home. It's normal for you. Okay? That bad boy is normal for you. Danger isn't danger for you. What's dangerous to you? You know danger. You came from danger. You lived in danger. Danger is you. Yeah? So for you, when you go into those relationships, at first, you're not afraid. Because you recognize the patterns of what you've existed in your whole entire life. It is when you then find they're going to commit to the person, you got to commit and actually be in a committed relationship, or you're actually in it, you start to then pull away. Or your behavior makes them pull away. Okay? All right? So, we'll come to that in a second or two. All right, so how do our boundaries affect our commitment here? How do boundaries affect our commitment here? Well, with fearful avoidance, one of the biggest problems is that they have chaotic boundaries. Fearful avoidance have what I like to call it a go with the flow boundary. Okay, today it's like I'm strong. Listen, it's a no, but tomorrow it's a yes. Wait, what? Yeah, today is a no, but tomorrow it's a yes. And you're like, wait, what's going on? What's happening here? There is chaotic boundaries that can shift and move at any given time. Because again, they grew up in danger where things were unpredictable. Therefore, their boundaries can be also very much unpredictable. Now, what does that mean? What ends up happening is because they swing between very rigid and very loose boundaries, it can be very confusing. Very confusing for other parties at that point in time, right? And this is also important because the kind of people you're going to attract when you have those kind of boundaries. Okay, because somebody who's stable and secure doesn't want to deal with somebody who's unstable and that's unpredictable when it comes to their boundaries. They also want somebody who's secure and stable, right? So you're going to encounter people who ain't going to be really committed. And guess who they normally, guess who fearful avoidance normally attract? I'll tell you who. Dismissive avoidance. They love each other. Dismissive avoidance and fearful avoidance are like this. Are twos. Why? Because the dismissive avoidant loves the fact that the fearful avoidant also is avoidant. But at the same time, they are anxious at the same time. It's the best of both worlds, right? The anxious side of the fearful avoidant makes them clingy towards the DA, which at first validates them. But then the fearful avoidant then backs off and needs space. Fantastic, because the DA also needs space too. The only problem with that is it becomes this cat and mouse game. You see, the fearful avoidant is going to always mirror what the DA does eventually. So eventually what ends up happening is the DA goes, I'm sick and tired of this cycle. And then the dismissive avoidant goes, okay, I need to give you space. I need to move away from you. What then happens is the fearful avoidant goes, if that's what you're doing, me too. I'm going to mirror what you're doing. I'm giving you space. So now you've got two people trying to give each other space. Guess what happens? Both of them cool down, they come right back again and do the cycle all over again. Okay, so how boundaries affect commitment. Part number 2 is fearful avoidance. Group number 3, they crave deep connection, but they fear emotional exposure. One of the things I've noticed about fearful avoidance is that they can have the most deepest conversation with you. They will ask questions. They will get deep, like they almost play like a therapist. They'll ask deep questions. They'll get to the heart of the matter. They want to understand on the deepest level. But they struggle being open about some of the deep things that they've gone through. Okay? Struggle. You know, like, and you know who you are. Let me tell you who you are. Let me tell you what those fearful avoidants are. You know that when you finally committed to a man, you always had that conversation where you said to him, like, I've got to tell you something, but I don't want to tell you just yet. You know who you are. The fearful avoidants know who they are. Okay? They're like, there is something I need to tell you, but I can't tell you just yet. They're priming you to tell you that one of their biggest secrets, but they're afraid of telling people because one of their biggest fear is judgment. And if they get judged, that means betrayal, abandonment, or rejection. And they don't want to suffer any of those 3. So the fearful avoidant needs to make sure that they feel like you are committed to them for a long time before they can share some of those things. Like there's a deep trust there. Or maybe you're running away and they feel like you're slipping and they might tell you some information just to keep you. It can be that too. But most cases it's because they're not ready to tell you yet because they're not sure how you'll react just yet. Okay, all right? So they crave deep connection, but they fear the emotional connection. Okay, emotional exposure. All right? Number 3 of how boundaries affect commitment is that they test their partners to see if they'll stay through inconsistency. Fearful avoidance will test you. They know who they are, and they know what they are, and they know what they do. They will test you. They will test your anger. They will test your boundaries. They'll test whether you're going to stay true to your word. They'll test you a lot of times. Okay? You're going to see that. Because what they're trying to prove is that you'll stick it out through the thick and the thin. Because what they really feel like is they're going to have a bad day. And if they have a bad day, what they don't want is for you to leave and abandon them. So they're trying to figure out if I test them to see and I'm being bad, will they respond the right way? Will they hold their boundaries? Will they correct me in love? Or will they shout, scream, whatever, what are they going to do? Okay? All right? So they test their partners. Number 4, okay, all right, is they have push and pull dynamics. Intimacy 1 week, detachment the next. This is why it's hard to commit to you, because what happens is 1 week you're on fire. The next week you're cold as ice. Whilst it makes it sexy, it makes it, it's like this toxic, hot, spicy love. Yeah, but it's struggling to commit to you. Because what I'm finding out is that you're not consistent. I don't know who you are 1 week to the next. And this throws off other people as well. Right? It makes it difficult for other people to really be able to find their footing. Okay? So this is what will make you struggle in commitment. Now, why does this happen? Because you are modeled unpredictable love. Okay? You are modeled unpredictable love. Okay? And so for you, all right, you associate love, comfort, with a threat. Okay? You associate love with a threat, comfort with a threat. That's what you associate. Okay? Your nervous system, okay, is not used to consistency. It's primed and ready to respond and mold itself to whatever stimulus is in front of them. You are a chameleon. And that's why several people have dated you, and when they finally get you, they say, I don't know who you are, you've changed. You're a chameleon. You bend, change colors, and you do whatever is needed in that space in order, okay, in order to be loved, cared for, and to feel safe. You'll do what you need to do. Sometimes fearful avoidance and dismissive avoidance do this too, but I'm talking about fearful avoidance can be very transactional in the relationships. You give me this, I'll give you that. Right? You did something nice for me, I'll give you sex. It's like, wait, what? Why? Because you were nice to me, so I'm going to give you sex. It's very transactional. Okay? So it makes it very difficult to commit to people like this, because when people recognize this early, that actually, you're transactional, who wants to really be a part of that? Okay? And the third one is, you think commitment is going to lead to pain or betrayal. So you self-sabotage early to get ahead of them before they do it to you. And this is what makes commitment very difficult, because you already start pulling back. You start changing your ways. You start doing things differently because, again, you're already anticipating this not working. Okay? Yeah? Okay. What are some of the warning signs? Okay? What are some of the warning signs that you experience when it comes to this? Some of you have got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Whenever you hear someone say, I'm a runner, I'm a track star, I'm gonna run away when it gets hard. Whenever you hear someone say, I'm a runner, whenever you hear someone say, I cut people off real quick, whenever you hear someone say, yeah, me, I ghost people, these are the fearful, avoidant people talking. They are the warning signs. They're letting you know. It's not because they don't stand for nonsense. It really and truly is because they are afraid of commitment. They're afraid of the commit. They're afraid of if they do commit, somebody will betraying them. Because one of the hardest things for them to have to recognize is what they fear is, if I love and I let my guard down, you could punch me and I could be out. You know what I'm saying to you? So for a lot of people, what for fifth of words, what they recognize is, hey, if I give, I'm saving all my love for you. If I'm saving it for you, you now have all the power to really hurt me and betray me. See, betrayal can only really happen when I really care. So if I now start to care, you can actually betray me. Okay? Really important. Number two is they feel off after intimacy. Okay, so if you become intimate emotionally or sexually and it gets deep, if you get deep sexually or emotionally or mentally with that person, you get deep and then they disappear on you, it's another warning sign. You know what I'm talking about? Some of you are going to tell me, I was overstimulated. It was too much. It's too deep. I wasn't ready for all of that. You know? I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know what I'm thinking. These are all classic telltale signs of the warning signs that usually come up in that space as well. It's moving too fast, exactly. Yeah. Number three, warning sign. Okay? Is obviously constant testing and needing reassurance, but resenting that you need it. Okay? All right? The constant testing, needing reassurance, but resenting that you need it. Okay? So, I want you to understand a few things before I open up platforms to get your thoughts. I want you to understand something. Okay? You're not going to be safe being distant from the person that you actually want to be in a relationship with. Okay? You're not going to be safe being at a distance from the person you like. All that's going to happen is you're going to either hurt the person or going to hurt you some more. Okay? The safety is built in you communicating what you need in that relationship and listening for what they need in the relationship. Okay? Number two, be slow, consistent connection heals chaotic boundaries. Being slow, being consistent heals that. Let the person know that you require them to take it a bit more slower, but you need consistency in order to be able to see if they're the right kind of person for you. Okay? All right? Number three, write down what you fear rather than just acting on it. Okay? Write down what you fear rather than just acting on it, because when you act on it, it's too late by then. It's gone. Okay? All right? So write it down so that you're acquainted with what they are, so you know how to move. Okay? And number four is, I can stay present even when connection feels so. Is the ability to be also able to understand that there are gonna be times where you're not gonna feel as connected, but we're trying to be present in the moment. Being present in the moment is important. Okay, being present is like being in the moment. It's the ability to stay anchored to what we're experiencing right now. And what I found in fearful avoidance is that they oftentimes are in the past or in the future. They're not anchored to right now. So anchor yourself to right now. You can't control the past because it's done, and you can't control the future because it hasn't come. You can only control the outcome of now. Okay? All right. Thank you. We're doing our best. I've been Invisaligned, so thank you. All right, cool. So those are the three groups. Okay, all right. Invisaligned, so thank you. All right, cool. So those are the three groups. Okay, all right. Let's have this conversation. Okay. Let me open up the platform so you guys can ask your questions. Okay, we're gonna try and keep it as quick as possible. But please, if you're asking, please, I don't need you to tell me what your thoughts are. I don't care. It's not today. It's coaching, okay? So please, it's for the questions. If you know you got a question, if you have a question, this is a section for you. Okay, all right. Can you be 1 and 2? Yes, because that's number 3. By the way, number 3 is 1 and 2. Number 3, which is fearful avoidant, is a combination of 1 and 2. So if you're both and you recognize both, you're number 3. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm saving all my love for you. I'm saving all my love for you. Okay. If you wanna, I don't know what they're doing. Sorry. Hello.
Hello. Sorry, hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Good, thank you.
Just a quick one.
Yep.
So you talked about you know, being I think it was a fearful avoidant where, you're just afraid of commitment and things like that, right?
Yeah.
And the reason that you may be like that is from childhood insecurities or childhood not feeling safe in your childhood, right?
Mhm.
But my question is, could someone develop those kind of attributes just living life and going through certain circumstances in adulthood?
In some regards, potentially could, yeah. In some regards, they do say that some the people that have studied, they said that it can, because of some of the traumas that incur. If if the traumas are large enough, it can be said to have developed some of those traits, in that sense. So yeah, in some respect, yeah. Why do you ask?
That was my question. No, because I know someone was talking to me about this, not this particular thing, but you bringing this up made me think of that person, that they usually were not this person who is afraid of commitment and all that, but they found themselves being that way after some time.
Mm.
So just, yeah, when you brought that up, I just thought maybe that's what it is.
I mean, there's other traits though that also will go along with it, because someone could be afraid of commitment, but not necessarily have an attachment issue. You know what I mean? Like they could be afraid of commitment because of the fact they've experienced certain things in relationships. They're now very cautious about it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they actually have an attachment issue. You know what I mean? Like, so in that sense, it can be, there can be a differentiation. I feel anyway. There can be between the two, right? Because like, let's say you've been cheated on 3 or 4 times, you might be apprehensive about committing to somebody. You know what I mean? Like you've done it 3 or 4 times. Whereas it might not necessarily be. I mean, if you get cheated on 3 or 4 times, there probably is an attachment issue. But just saying, it might not necessarily be an attachment issue. It might be the fact you're afraid of the fact that you've experienced it that way. So you don't want to get into it. So that's also a possibility too, as well. So yeah, either one works as well.
Okay, that was my question. Thank you.
Appreciate it. No worries, sweetheart. Thank you. All right, guys. Any more questions? Any more questions? Want to know any more questions you guys have? Any more questions? Saving all my love for you. Any more questions, guys? If you've got any questions, you've got to come up and ask it, please. Typing it in the chats is long because then you don't get a response. So SK, if you can, just join the live and just ask questions. Easier. Just Tiggs, yes, hello. Oh, you muted yourself.
Sorry.
That's right. That's right.
But so unmuted. My question was, so I guess like if I was talking about, if the person was talking about themselves, they could say, would you say they were, if they were in any of those categories, can they, if they're willing, can they change? So like if it, for example, for me in one of those categories, I could decide actually I don't want to be that and make plans to make it, I teach myself not to do those things. And once you've got that awareness, but if when you're thinking if somebody else could change, I'm thinking that's probably not the way to think, because if they haven't personally made that decision, sorry if I don't know if I'm making sense, but I'm just thinking about, given what you've said, moving forward, people could say, actually, I don't want, no, I know I'm that, I don't want to be that, make a personal decision. But
Okay.
then when you're thinking it for somebody else, it's not going to work because you're hoping that person will change. Oh, yeah, they know, and then sticking with it. But really, if they like the game or whatever, or how it makes them feel based on historical hurts or whatever you've described, I'm just wanted to take your take on like changing.
Yes, it's possible to change. Of course, that's what we do in coaching. We want to get you to a place more secure. It's about working on those. It's about working on the ability to be able to, state your boundaries, apply your boundaries. It's about being able to, communicate, be able to conflict resolute. Know what your love languages are. Be able to advocate for that. Develop your voice and develop also your emotional vocabulary as well to be able to express yourself. So yes, it's more than possible. It's more than possible to do that. Someone can't wish it for you because you need to be able to do it. But yeah, yeah, that's yeah, it's possible.
Thank you. That's really helpful, and I like the way you set it all up. It's just helpful to be aware of those things in life. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you. No worries, man. Appreciate it. Okay. Hello, you don't know me? How are we doing?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good, thank you. What's your question?
Um, I was just wondering, what would you say like if things are going well and then they kind of pull away and say you're moving too fast, like over messages and then not having like a conversation, do you think that that's like uh an avoidant style that could be, resolved? Like
Hmm. So that okay, say again what they're doing. What are they doing again?
So like things are going well, you meet their friends, you stay with them, and then you go back to like where you live, and they say over messages that like they uh don't want to move too quickly, and then kind of pull away. Do
Who
you
asked
think that
who asked you to move to see the parents?
no, no, not to meet their parents, just like you've
Friends,
met
sorry,
their
friends.
friends,
Who
not
who
their
suggested
parents.
that?
Sorry?
Who suggested it?
They did.
So how can you be moving too fast if they suggested it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's confusing. But like, would you think that that's like an avoidant style of that you can work through, or
Here-
is that their pace that they set?
Here's a better question. Do you think that's acceptable?
No, it's disrespectful, I think.
Okay.
But
So
yeah.
you're absolutely right. It is an avoidant perspective. It's absolutely an avoidant perspective. But here's what needs to be understood. The avoidant's going to do what you're going to let them do.
Yeah.
Do you see?
Yeah.
And we need to be able to learn how to effectively communicate what's acceptable for us, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, make the boundary clear.
exactly, because you didn't ask to see their friends; they did that, and now they're feeling some type of way because they have an intimacy overload, which is fine. It's fine, not a problem at all. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna communicate that. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna communicate that how that particular for you, what you're expecting is somebody to be able to communicate, be able to share their thoughts. You're not bashing them, just saying, hey, look, I appreciate the time. I love being able to spend time with you. And I really appreciate being able to spend time with your friends. I got to know you a bit better and I understood where you're coming a bit more. Just want to make you aware, I think the last few days we've not been speaking as much. I can see that the conversation has, been a bit more sparse, as well. And for me, when I start seeing the conversation become a bit more sparse the last few days, it makes me feel a little bit, uneasy, because I'm a person that really values, I'm a person who values consistent communication. And so I wanted to make you aware of that. Is there any particular reason as to why the conversation has dipped, or why for you the communication has dropped off? Is there any particular reason why for you? You invite the person in to give their perspective on the situation, right? You
Yeah.
let them know that you value consistent communication, but you're also asking, has anything gone on your end that may have hindered you doing that? Now, what you want
Yeah.
to look for is a response.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What we're looking for is a response. The response of somebody who is a dismissive avoidant or an avoidant who's healing is that, you know what, I know I'm working on it, and you know what, I recognize this is my fault. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Either they come up with a solution or they listen to you and say, okay, they allow you to come up with a solution with them. This is beautiful because then that person, you can hold them to something like that. Do you get what I'm saying, Chi?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
every step of the way, you are in control of your life, not theirs. So you have to be very clear about what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah. Yeah. And if they think that it's moving too quickly and they put themselves in that position, kind of like re-clarify that to them that that was their choice and that I was kind of going with the flow, but I respect that they might think they're moving too fast and that I can take a step back, but I won't accept that it is my kind of issue that they think that.
Yeah, it's not your issue. You know, it's not your issue. The key thing is we want to first understand what's going on their end. If nothing,
Yeah.
if they are telling you, oh, you know, it's nothing, it clearly is something, and at that point you have to let the person know that, because it's early doors, right? It's early doors. You're getting to know that person, right? So
Yeah.
you know, so we have to set good, strong, but fair parameters early on. Because one thing an avoidant loves is boundaries. Because what they're always afraid of is that the other person will become too clingy. So this is a great time to kindly, confidently let them know that, hey, I appreciate the time we spend together. I'm loving the communication. Okay, all right. And I love the time we're spending. I just want to make you aware that obviously the communication has dropped. And for me, I value consistent communication. Okay.
Yeah. Over
So
everything else.
over
Yeah, that's
everything
so
else,
true.
that's the most
Yeah.
important thing, right? So that they understand that. Again, it's about reframing. It's
Mm-hmm.
always about we always want to reframe it to be more positive. We're not trying to say to them, you don't text me, you don't call me. That now becomes nagging and that becomes negative, and no one really responds well to that. So we're positively reframing it. The positive reframe is, I value this. I love this. You know, I
Yeah.
love when you allow me to meet your friends. I love when we spent time together. I love that. That's a positive reframe. So the person's also in a positive mind, so their back's not against the wall. And if that person still doesn't respond very well, you already know, get rid of them.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I
No
really
worries.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
No worries.
I don't know how to leave the live, but
That's all right. I got you.
thanks.
No worries too. All right, guys. Any other questions? As I said, this is the kind of stuff I deal with in coaching, and you know, I coach people to be able to be in a more healed state by working through a lot of these kind of issues. But we deal with clients I have clients every day. So this is the kind of stuff we do. So if you are somebody who's looking to go on a journey of transformation, healing, okay, as well as growth, then you need to DM me. We can get you a free coaching, a free discovery call, and then we'll look at potentially looking at obviously then seeing if our coaching aligns with what your goals and expectations are. Okay, all right. So DM me if you want some coaching, guys. Okay. Tab Bay, how we going?
Hello, can you hear me? I've never been on someone's live before.
Yes, I can hear you. What's your question?
Okay. Yes, so what does it mean when you're like dating someone for maybe 2 or 3 weeks and they came on like really strong, want to be around you all the time, you guys go on dates, and then randomly he loses his phone, comes back the next day and says he just wants to be friends?
Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Tell them, okay.
Okay.
Hmm. Do you see how that felt when I said okay?
I did say okay, and then he was like, "I just don't want to waste our time," but I feel like I'm being breadcrumb now. Like he still likes stories or in like what you doing every once in a while.
We're not interested. Shut the door. The door didn't even open. Shut the door. He told you. He told you he wants to be friends. Okay, thank you. And you go about your business and shut the door. If you need to block him, block him. You get what I'm saying to you? Yeah. Like, you know.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's just like I just have to like eat that.
Listen, I hear it. Listen, you probably like him a lot. I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good-looking guy.
Mhm.
Your type.
Yeah.
It's not easy, is it? That's real. But the first thing is, though, you have to understand. I call this the double bluff. And people who have not very good boundaries always fall for double bluff. The double bluff is I tell the truth twice, but it's actually a lie. It's actually the truth, but we call it a lie. Here's what I mean by this. What he told you is a double bluff. In the sense of when he first started, he was like, all on you, da 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 da. He didn't say he wanted to be your man. He just showed you a lot of energy. Yeah? Then he did a sudden pullback and then told you, actually, I want to be friends. He's not lying, he wants to be friends. Well, here's what's going to happen though. It's going to extend more than friends. He's going to have sex with you eventually. I'm telling you this for sure. I want to let you know what it's going to end up with. So if you play this game, I want to let you know. Because what I tell people is don't play the game and then act like a victim. He told you what it is. He told you the truth. What ends up happening is people live in a land of delusion and they lie to themselves and they go, okay, he wants to be friends. Okay, then you go and be friends. And then he's crossing the line about being friends. He's flirting with you and you're flirting back with him. He's telling you he wants to go out. You want to go out with him. I thought we're still friends. Okay, we're going to. And then before you know it, you're thinking in your brain, I can capture him. And that's how you get caught. And that's how you get played. And then you come on the internet and tell us a story on TikTok. I don't want to hear it. So I want you to know something early. End that thing. It's finished. Once he told you he wants to be friends, that's not what you want. Do you want to be friends?
No.
Okay, so that door needs to be shut. Whether you need to block him, that will help for you. Block him. Don't even say, oh, I need to block you now. There's no need for conversation. Block. Straight up. Don't even do I just want to let you know before I do this. Like, I don't care if you've enjoyed this time. Block. It's your favorite friend right now. Block. That man, when he sees that he can't message you and can't call you anymore, you might get an email. Block. You understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Don't come back here next week and tell me that you had a conversation with me, because people do this all the time. Then let me hear it, tab, baby. I won't judge you, but I will definitely call you out. You know what I'm saying to you? It's a safe space. All right. But if you need any coaching, DM me. We do free discovery call first and foremost. At least get to understand what your needs are. You can DM me, okay? All right. I want to make you sure you win. All right.
Will do. Thank you.
No worries at all, darling. You have a good day.
You too.
All right. All right. Who's next? Hello, Quad. How we doing? Oh, okay. It hasn't spun yet. Hold on. Oh?
Okay, can you hear me?
Oh, I can. Yes.
Okay, you may have already answered my question
You ask anyway.
based on so how do you move on from an avoidant? Like clearly sometimes their words do not align with their actions. So do you listen more to what they're telling you or what they're showing you?
Well, we should always listen to what they're showing you rather than what they're telling you. Okay, it's like a magician's trick. If you watch the hands, you'll miss the trick. Okay, it's a sleight of hand. You have to watch the actions always. But you said obviously about being able to. Sorry, what was the question before that? You asked a question before that.
Just how to move on from an avoidant. Like the relationship is not good for you.
Yeah.
However, you're emotionally attached, so it's hard for you to move on.
Yeah, that's always difficult. So here's what I'll tell you to do. Block. Yeah, block, and block again. Everywhere. And I tell you that because you need to go through the grieving process. That relationship's over. You need to grieve it. Anything that leaves a door open, potentially, if you know you struggle with that kind of thing, will not help you. Seeing their Instagram won't help you. Seeing their WhatsApp number won't help you. Seeing their iMessage won't help you. Any photos you have of that person, delete, or you can put it into a file onto a file onto your laptop where it's locked away. You know what I mean? Like it's far away. Don't even put it in hidden because hidden is still too accessible. Away from you. Okay. Everything needs to be out of sight and out of the mind. So anything that associates with them needs to be removed now. Block is your favorite friend. So yes, to get over them, that's what we need to do. Okay, don't get underneath someone to get over them because that's another body for no reason. Let's make sure that we are creating distance that allows us to be able to really begin to start healing as well. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that
Any more
makes
questions?
sense. Easier said than done, but that makes sense.
Oh no, it's not easier said than done. You know, it's actually easy. Block. You see that? Have you got the number?
Yes.
You see. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Yeah, see, here's what we're gonna do. See, I'm with you. I'm here to support you because I like you. I think you're a cool person. So you see your phone now, yeah? You got your phone with you, right? You're on the phone right now.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Now, are you iPhone or are you on?
I'm an Android chick.
That's fine because you see me. I'm an Android as well as iPhone, so I know the two. Okay. Now you see, if you go onto the button that has the green thing there, if you just go on that, okay, all right, and then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna go into your contacts. Okay, contact's gonna come up, and what you're gonna do is just gonna click on that contact, and then you're gonna click on the corner. Sorry, that's the wrong one. You're gonna click on the more options and block. It's very simple. See, like 4 easy steps. So really and truly, I don't want to hear how hard it is. It's not hard. It's easy. 4 steps and you're in. So it's whether you want to actually do it, whether self-preservation is more important than short-term gains if you're going to get.
Okay. My preservation is more important. My peace is more important. So
It's more important. Then let me see you block it. I should see your screen now go on to that pause thing while you're blocking it. Let's see. Block it now. Mhm.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I deleted the number
Okay.
to prevent myself from calling the person, so I don't have the contact to block anymore.
But he's on your call list, right?
Yeah, yes, he is.
Yeah.
Okay, so go here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right.
Yeah, that's right. See, we have to help the people then. We love our people. You know what I'm saying to you? I love my sisters. I want to see them win. You get me? And I know how hard. Trust me, as somebody who has gone through it personally, I know how tough it is, bro. Like, to block somebody that you like, it's tough. You know what I mean? It's tough. It's not easy, bro. Like, you know? It's not easy. Like, it's tough, man. Because you like them. And then like, you're just hoping they'll message you. Like, it's mad up in there. It's tough, man. Did we manage to find a quad?
I did it.
Fantastic. You know what I mean? You got them on Instagram?
He's still following me, but I unfollowed him.
Fantastic. But you know what you can do?
What?
Block. Yeah. He don't need to see. He don't need to see what you're doing. I know we like to think like, oh, if I'm glowing up, he gonna see it. No, because you're still locked in with him. You still want him to see so he can say no, block. We don't want them. We don't even want. You see, you want complete darkness for him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Complete darkness.
Complete darkness. Oh my God.
I know it's tough. Okay. I'm here for you, darling. When you do it, let me know. I'm here. I ain't going nowhere till you done it. I'm supporting you in this. Me and you, Quan.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for you.
Oh, right now?
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for you. I'm supporting you real time, baby. We're here with you. We're locked in. Okay. Now, if anyone else, if you know you're gonna come up, I'm gonna do the same thing with you. Okay. So if you know you ain't gonna, hey, block. Okay. Double A said, what did he do? It don't even matter what he did. He's getting blocked. Okay, y'all need to start using that block button more. I'm telling you, look, block. If you start blocking people, you see what happens. See, men, they learn through consequences. So if you don't give men consequences, they don't learn. In most cases, they will not learn. The consequence is a block. They mess up is a block. We're not giving them any grace. They out. Yes, Quad?
Okay, I did it.
Fantastic. Okay. Fantastic. We love that. We love that. We love that. Okay. And you haven't
Yeah.
got a second number or anything like that, have you?
No, I didn't get the second number. If he has it, I didn't get it.
Okay, fantastic. Because you may be getting a call on your second number. Now, here's what's going to happen. You might get a call on your second number. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is this. Number one, if you get that call, your heart's going to leap for joy. I'm going to just tell you the truth. Okay. You're going to get excited and you're going to want to hear what it's got to say. Okay. And I totally understand. And you probably ain't going to listen to this advice. So I'm going to give you two pieces of advice. So the first one is if you manage to do this, fantastic. He starts talking, say, I appreciate you talking about what you want to say, but unfortunately, I'm not in that space right now to be able to deal with this particular scenario. So I'm going to have to love you and leave you, and I'm going to block you on this number too. Okay?
But
Now,
what if I want him back?
go on.
Like, what if I want the relationship with him? Like, what if he's at a place where he's made some changes and he's emotionally available? How do I? That's not gonna happen. Okay.
I'm not saying it can't happen. What I'm saying to you is the likelihood of this actually happening is that if he wanted that, he would have done it already. The like in most cases, the block gets men gassed to want to do something, but most cases it doesn't. It makes them want to only do something as in they want your access. I'm going to tell you the honest truth. When I was out here in the streets, it was never about you. It was about the access that I lost to you. It's the power that I lost over you. When you block me, I lose power to you. That's what makes me now want to go, oh, okay, so because we have to understand what's happening also. The person who blocks also, why does it may look like you don't have power? You've gained power. What you've actually said is, I value me more than my desires that value you. And what that does to the other person is that, oh, he has to question himself. Okay, I thought I was actually better than her, but she's able to block me. This is why when you break up with an ex and you block them or you stop talking to them, they not an ex, maybe say even a link or someone that even likes you, but and they come back. Why do they come back? Because they felt that they always had control of you. So it's usually a control and power thing. So we're blocking them not just to remove their power, but we're blocking them because I don't want any more access to you. I need to focus on me. I need to keep on going where I'm going, and whatever's gonna happen to you is gonna happen to you. But it's not nothing to do with my thing anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. So Paul, listen, my DMs are there. Send me a message. Let's get you a free discovery call. At least let's see if the coaching will work for you. Because baby, I'm not gonna leave you here spare. I will not leave you like an orphan, as Jesus said.
Okay, I appreciate you. Thank you.
I appreciate it too, Quad. Bless you.
All right. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, who else? Who else? Ilalia. Na 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 na. I was listening to that, so I was texting you now. Double A.
No, I don't want to.
Oh, she said boundaries. What's
I
the
didn't
question,
try
Double A?
to. I don't have a question. I pushed that by mistake.
Oh, sorry, Double A. No worries, too. No worries. I'll put you down. Don't worry, sis. You're good.
Thank you.
No worries, babe. I appreciate you. Do 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 do. Danny said she's on a blood. Yes,
It's
no,
you. It's you.
hello.
Hi.
How you doing, darling? You right?
I'm all right, I think.
Good. One of my fellow countrymen. What's going on? What's your
Yeah.
question?
My question is, me and my husband have been falling out loads over the last 2 years.
Okay.
He's done a business expansion.
Oh, okay.
It's very good. And what he's done is deceive me
Oh,
financially.
wow.
Yeah, it's bad. Got me to sign shares
Oh,
over to him without me knowing what I was signing. But I spoke to a divorce lawyer and they said it doesn't matter. Promised me a place in London where I could spend time with him because I'm not used to, I've been with him for 30 years.
30.
30 years, married for 30 years, and he did everything for me. I allowed it. I got anxious when I drove in my car. He took me everywhere. He was always with me. And honestly, I know I shouldn't have let it happen, but it was great. You know, we were always together.
Of course.
All of a sudden, he has business has changed, got bigger, he's got big headed. I'm just really struggling. I'm at friends at the moment, staying at friends. I've been here for 2 weeks. I've never ever left him for this long. He wanted to meet up with me today. I know he's scared. He wanted to meet up with me today. I said yeah. I got my suitcase there and I was going to meet him. And then I phoned him and I said, because the deal breaker for me is you listen to me and you do what I want now. You know, we're married. We're 50-50. We're married. Trouble is, my sons are on his side. My two grown boys are like, I think they're all narcissists. They're all angry. They're all stressed. They're all picking on me. You've got to go back to dad. What are you doing? They don't get my side of the story. This is really complicated, this one.
Yeah.
This is complicated. So basically, I phoned him this evening and I said, yeah, I'll meet you at your hotel. I'll come. He said, will you stay with me tonight and tomorrow? I was like, yes. He said, great. And then before I was just about, I packed all my stuff up. I was just about to see him. I thought I'll call him. And I said, we started talking. And then I said, are you prepared to do what I want? And he went, well, you don't listen. I can't afford to. That I know he can. I can't afford to have two places in there. And then he went, do you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. I put the phone down. And I still at my friends. And I'm heartbroken. I'm devastated. I just don't know what to do. It's horrible.
Damn.
It's horrible. It's so complicated, my situation, to be honest with you. I could go on for a year talking about it, but I've never left him for this long, ever. And it's hard. It's really hard. And I know he's not going to change, you know, and he's just got this, he sees counseling, he's got anger issues. He's just, people say it's a menopause, where I'm like, I don't care anymore. I'm not standing for you speaking to me like that anymore. And I found myself again. I'm in London with a friend I've known for 30 years. I'm finding myself. I'm going out shopping. I'm going out and having a drink on night. We're laughing. It's just, everything's just changed. I just feel like I found myself again. And I don't know if I can go back to him within his 30 years of marriage and two boys. They're grown boys. I don't know what to do. Do I see a lawyer now? I don't know what to do. Do I go through? Can I just see a lawyer and just see where I stand? Or I don't know all of this yet.
You can see a lawyer and see where you stand. It depends. So what is the result you're looking for? Really and truly, what's the result you want?
The result I'm looking for, right, is my husband to give me more affection. We've been sleeping in separate bedrooms for 4 years. I'm not saying sleeping. We do sleep together, but we actually sleep in separate bedrooms. And I feel that he doesn't really want me in that way. And I feel he does want me that way when he wants me in that way. When I do, it's like, oh, no. It's just everything. It's just, there's no, hang on, I've written lists. There's no transparency. So, he can see what I spend. And I said to him today, I said, can I see the business, the cost per month of what you're putting through the business?
Yeah.
He got so angry. And that's when he went, oh, what do you mean? And it's just, do you know what? I cannot explain it all to you. It's just, my head is just absolutely going crazy. It's just going crazy. And I don't know what's happened to me. Sometimes I think it's me, or maybe I've just changed. I don't know. Stress.
Okay. So if you were to be honest to the core.
Yeah.
Has he always exhibited these particular traits?
Yes. I just think it's hitting home. But do you know what's hurting me the most? Is my boys. I call them my boys. One's 28 and one's 24. And they both work in a business. He would go and treat them to a holiday and not tell me. It's our money. He would always do things behind my back. This share thing devastated me. I found out myself on the government.co.uk. I just found out. because I knew what I was signing. I thought, what was that? What was that? And that was the biggest thing for me. That happened 2 years ago. And since that happened, the trust is gone. So because that trust is gone, I never used to check up on him before, and I'm checking up on him now, and it's a horrible situation to be in. You don't want to be checking on your husband. He's got my iCloud address. He's got my Halifax the other day when I went to book a hotel. My Halifax said a confirmation, and it wasn't my number. It was his phone number. It's just weird. All these things he's doing. It just feels like it feels like I'm on Big Brother at the moment. Don't know where my friend lives, by the way, which is great. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I just think maybe I've woken up. I don't know. But it's hard because do you know what hurts the most? Like I said to you, is my children, he brings my young son, well, he's not young, he's 24, he brings him in to our arguments. So he can't get hold of me. Then he gets my son, who is busy, to call me and say, Mum, what are you doing? Why are you not coming home? I need to be home. You've got duties. You've got things. You just can't run away from responsibilities. You need to be at home doing, being the homekeeper, for God's sake. There's no one at home. Why do it's really a difficult situation, to be honest with you. I mean, he comes to London 3 nights a week. He stays in nice hotels, right? And now he's telling me he can't get an apartment. Because I don't want an apartment because he don't really want me here with him. That's what hurts the most. He's put boundaries in my way, like things in my way, not boundaries, things in my way to stop me getting on the train and coming up with him. Because I truly believe now, after 30 years, he's found another life and he's liking it. Because we came from London, we lived in London 30 years ago. So he's now found this other little life of now he's as being isolated with me in the country and bringing up our children. Now he started coming up to London and doing business meetings and going out to conferences and doing this and doing that. He has to dress differently now, which I've noticed, which is okay. All these things. I just feel like I'm left out.
Okay. I mean, listen, look.
You're scratching your head's a hard one.
It's tight. No, it's tight because obviously, again, I don't know we only have one side, so it's like I don't want to misdiagnose any situation. But what I would say for now, for what you've given us, is obviously I think I always say this to people, in these situations, number one, of course, do your due diligence. If you need to speak to a lawyer, speak to a lawyer. My key thing here, I think, in any situation is. This is a good time to start, and I'm not promoting myself to be coach, but I'm saying to anybody that's going to be working with you, you should start working with a therapist or a coach or whatever in this time, because it's about getting yourself emotionally healthy. Because if these things have always been here, what we need to recognize is the actual only real way out. When I say real way, what I mean by that is you can get out physically, but emotionally, the only real way out is to do the work, because actually what we've been doing for 30 years is kind of just bypassing it. And so that's allowed for things to kind of go on the way it has gone on, because we felt like we were powerless, or we felt like we have to just make do in that space. What I would say is sons are being sons because they're being loyal to a father, and it's understandable. If he's bringing them into the conversation, he's actually triangulating, and he's also enmeshing his children. He should not be sharing half the things he's sharing with the children in that particular space. Not, you know what I mean? There are certain things you don't need to release. That's on him. And trust me, if he's got manipulative tendencies, which that is manipulative when you start telling kids information to try and get you together.
He just showed my son, 24, and I didn't realise every single text, every single one. He has showed my son, and he hasn't showed the ones he sent me. He showed the ones I've sent him. So, it is absolutely bad.
So
why do you do that?
Don't worry, the sons spending enough time with him will see the light. In fact, you being present is actually aiding and abetting in them staying longer. So when I say staying, what I mean by that is by you going back and forth with him, it won't help. So what we need to do now is focus on ourselves. As you're saying, focus on you, and get yourself into a better place emotionally, mentally, and financially if you can as well. Get yourself into a place and organize yourself so that you can actually begin to prepare yourself for the next phase. I'm not saying you have to necessarily leave the marriage. I'm not saying just quit the marriage. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is get yourself prepared mentally, because we need to heal. Because 30 years of self-betrayal, meaning that self-abandonment, putting our needs aside so we can love that person correctly while they're not loving us correctly is a lot of years of backlog of emotional stress, turmoil, and pain. So I would say let's focus on those things. If you can speak to a lawyer, speak to a lawyer. You know what I mean? And see what your options are on the table as well. At the same time, let's start doing the work emotionally as well, you know, in that space. So, yeah, if you need any coaching, DM me. You know, we're happy to help along that journey. But yeah, that's what I would say in that space as well.
Block him.
Hey, blocking might be the one, but see, you know what I mean?
Do you know the funny thing is he blocked me first, like, and he's never done that. So he blocked me about a year ago, and now it's like blocking me, then I'm blocking him, and he's blocking me, then I'm blocking him, and then we block each other. Then my son Izzy calls me, then my son Josh calls me, and then he goes through them. It's just a bloody night. Sorry, bloody
It's all right.
nightmare.
And that's why we want to get you into any of the healing journey, because what we want you to be is rooted and secure, so that when he's moving up and down like the wind, you're not blown with the breeze, you know.
So do I stay away from him now? Do I just stay away, and do I just not speak to him? Do I just get my peace for a while? Because it's just this arguing and rowing, and it's just going round in circles and draining me.
Yeah, I think give yourself a time limit of time. You know, you're living in separate places. I mean, the real question is, can you financially support yourself in that space where you are, or does it require his finances? You know what I mean? Like, because that's going to change everything. You know.
I'm staying with a good friend at the moment. Now, the funny thing is, whatever happens, this flat that I wanted with him in London, he's going to have to get it anyway. And he's saying, but if I divorce him, he has to get me that flat, because I own half the business, and it's going to have to come out of business anyway. So it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense.
Well, you know, sometimes when you're playing hardball, so some people play hardball. So I would say, like, again, I want to make sure that, you know, it's you first. It's you know, take what time you need now. Let's start really assessing what are our needs, and what are our wants. Let's really get really close with ourselves. Let's really understand who we are now, and what we want and what we love and what we care about, right? And really get our priorities in order, and our vision in shape. This is actually a good time. Whilst you guys are separate physically, spend that time on really exploring you and exploring what you need. You know, I always say review the tape. Sometimes you got to go backwards and be like, okay, in my mind, what did I miss that was now I'm in a position that I'm in? What did I not do? So that those are the things we start working on, whether it's speaking up for ourselves, whether it's us having a better voice, whether it's us having better boundaries, standards, vision, whatever. You know, we want to make sure we're also reviewing those things to make sure we can start beginning to change those particular behaviors, right? Because again, it's all about our health and our emotional healthiness as well. So yeah, that's what I would
He's
say.
very angry person, you know. It's like today I phoned him, we were trying to have a conversation, and I just got F you, and I just hung the phone up. Just hung up. And I just ignored my phone tonight. I've had 12 calls, I've had my children call me 6 times, and I've just like, no, this is enough now, this is enough. And you know, just messages, I just haven't replied to any of them. That's it, give up. I think give up, really. Hard though, 30 years, I think I've had enough.
So yeah, that's what I'd say. Just yeah.
So I'm a difficult one, aren't I?
No, it's like I said, you can't say everything on live, so that's what I'm saying to you. Like I say, like if you can talk more, DM me, then you know we'll go from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I will do that. All right, thanks anyway.
No worries. I appreciate you.
All right, take care. Take care. Bye. Bye. Bye.
It's not easy out here. I'm telling you, it's not easy. It's not easy. Oh yeah. Is that how you say it?
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Okay. Nigerian.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, my people. Them. What you saying?
I'm good. Actually, I have a question about someone I'm seeing.
Okay.
Basically, like when we first started seeing each other, I felt like it was really nice, but I think he had something going on with his ex. So, I wanted to walk away,
Mm.
and I did. but then like he assured me that it wasn't anything. I think they had their own situation, and then he actually cut her off.
Okay.
But I still kind of feel like he was being like I would say avoidant.
Mm.
Like he gives me a lot of attention, like all the attention that I probably want. He makes me like he gives me support, advice, like probably he checks all my boxes, and it's not just like a feeling thing. He's actually actively does things for me.
Mm.
Um, but then like all of a sudden, like every time I want to walk away because I feel like he's not committing, he will cry, and then he will do like a lot. He will just like do all this other stuff that makes me feel like I don't want to walk away and stuff like that. And then yeah, like he's gotten me to the point where like I'm really attached to him, and now he's not committing, and now he's at a point where he's like he's not sure.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that first and foremost. You know
So
what?
yeah,
So you see the situation. It's not a block straight away. It's a bit different, this one. But here, what it is that needs to be done. You need to set a time limit,
mm,
okay? Because right now we're in a situationship, and that's not what you wanted, right? Is that what you want?
no,
Okay. What do you actually want?
I actually want a relationship with him.
Okay, fantastic. So we want a relationship with him. So now we need to set clear agenda of what we're doing. So what we're going to say is something like this. Hey, X, so and so and so, I've really enjoyed the time we're spending together. I love the fact that we're getting to know each other, you know, and I appreciate your presence in our interactions, right? You know, I right now where I am, I'm looking to be in a committed relationship. Okay. And I'm very much aware that you're in a place where you feel a little bit indecisive. So here's what I propose we do. Okay. My proposal is that we spend the next 2 or 3 weeks. We can talk, we can do whatever. But by the end of 2, 3 weeks, we'll have a decision. Because how long have you been talking for?
Like since I would say like December last year, you know.
Okay. So December last year. Okay. It's been more than 11 months. Okay. So let me just say this now. You'd have to say yes or no. The sex needs to be ended now. Yeah. Now. Did it. Finished. Finito. You are giving out milk whilst you want the whole thing, the whole cow. Why? You see,
Mm,
you're bargaining with the wrong chips because you're bargaining from a position of weakness, not power. You're assuming that you have to be able to pay the cow to get the milk. You know what I'm saying to you? You are exchanging a big one for the small one, not
yeah.
recognizing that you have the more power in this exchange. Okay, so by giving up the tuntun, this is not helping you.
Mm,
Okay, it's actually slowing the process of him making a choice anyway. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do again. Okay, we're proposing saying, hey, look, you know, I really appreciate it. I love the time I'm spending. I love how you support me. You do all of these things, and I love it. Okay, I love those things that we're doing. You know, I'm looking for a committed relationship. We've been talking for the last 12 months. You know, it's been hard, it's been good, it's been fun, I've enjoyed myself, but I'm looking for a committed relationship. So here's what I propose we do. The next 3 weeks or 2 weeks, whatever, see this, you take the time. In fact, I even said about you don't have to talk. No. Say you got 2, 3 weeks to figure it out. The reason why I'm going to be a bit more harsher with you is because you've had 12 months. Okay, almost 12
mm,
months. Well, 10 months. You know what I mean? So it's different. If you had been like the first maybe 2, 3 months, I'd have been like, okay, a little bit more easy and let's ease them into it. But because we've been doing it for almost 10 months, had a long time, right? So we're going hard and fast, which is you've got 2 weeks. I'm not calling you and I'm not texting you. After those 2 weeks, there'll be an answer. If you decide you don't want to be in this relationship, I will accept your answer, but I will also take my absence of leave. There is no friends after. There is no extracurricular communications. And we will have to go our separate ways completely.
mhm.
Okay?
I have a little bit of a hiccup.
Say again?
There's a bit of a hiccup, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if like I actually even want a relationship.
Hey! Whoa!
You know
Hey!
what it is? I don't know if he's tricked me into believing I don't, or I've tricked myself into believing I don't. But I don't know what it is about me. I feel like whenever, whenever it's like I like someone, yeah, if they kind of like me, then I'm just like, yeah, I don't know about that. But then when I feel like this distance, then
Mm.
I get like really anxious. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Oh,
So
you're
at this
fearful
point,
avoidant.
I don't know because I'm definitely anxiously attached as well. Like I am like I feel like it sounds so bad, but I do believe like his actions like they mess up my mood if you get what I'm trying to say. And I
Mm.
also feel like if I'm not around him, then I get really anxious. Like, oh, is he still? You get what I'm trying to say?
Mm.
But then I also feel like as well, I get this kind of thing that when people are like too, when people show me real love, then I feel like, nah, you're fake. I don't believe in it.
You're
You get
fearful
what I'm
avoidant.
trying to say? So I also, I don't know, because I also feel like, oh, maybe if you did commit to me, then I wouldn't really feel like the way I feel right now. I don't know, like, I feel like I'm confused a
No,
bit.
no, I get you. Okay, so it sounds like you're fearful of one because you're dangling between when he does get close, you're like, oh, that's a bit too close. But when he's too far, it's like, oh, come back. It's like you're dangling in between this precious moment, which is the fear of commitment. There's also a fear of commitment on your side too, right? Which is that's aspect as well. Thank you very much, Go Barrow. So there's that aspect, right, which makes it tough because that's why you guys have stayed in that position for so long. It's been really good for both of you actually because you don't have to he doesn't have to commit and neither do you, but you get to play this game where you get to be in and out, you know. So I think the key thing here is give yourselves 2 weeks, and I think both of you need to really assess what you actually want. I think you really need to assess whether you really want this relationship or not, right?
I really feel like I should just be on my own, actually.
Hmm.
Like I do like him. I really, really like him. But then I feel like I don't like the fact that everything that he does is controlling my feelings. Like I can't like get myself together whenever I feel like he's gonna go and stuff like that. And I feel like it's not good for anyone to have that kind of emotional like hold on me, you know.
Hmm.
And I think I get that a lot when I'm in relationships and I feel like if at this point, I feel like I've given him so much access to me that if he walks away, yeah, I would be the one at a loss. To be fair, I don't think like he would feel that much because I'm the one like kind of chasing it. If I'm being real with myself,
Hmm.
because like he's given like I think he's done this like he spun the block on me to be fair because at first it was me doing the walking away and then like I just felt like okay cool maybe I'm overthinking it and then he's allowed me to settle in and now he's the one like pulling away and now I feel like he might even be getting to a point where he feels like yeah actually he doesn't want it. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
And
And
now
now you're
it's
chasing.
actually affecting me a lot mentally. And
Mm.
I don't know the reason why. And I think as well, whenever I get into relationships, yeah, it always ends up like that for me. Like I should have walked away from the beginning when I felt like maybe it's not the way I want it to be. I should have
Mm.
just walked away, but I don't have that kind of I don't have that like capacity to do that. I don't know why, but it's always been like that for me. And I think I struggle being alone as well. And I think that's another part of why this thing is hard as well for me.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's understandable, you know. It's understandable. It makes sense what you're talking about. So first and foremost, we really understand where you're coming from. What I would say is that it's never easy, right? These situations never easy. What you're going through, what you're going through is not easy because what you're experiencing is that there is an aspect of where you want this relationship, you want him, but there's an aspect of you that says I don't want it as well, and there's an aspect of you that also says, am I missing these red flags? And if I am, I maybe just need to be alone, right? And all I'm really hearing, and it's I'm gonna hit it straight at the heart of what this is. It's gonna sound peak, but I want you to understand this is love.
Mm,
It's low self-esteem and low self-worth, which has been done usually from childhood.
mm,
When you have inconsistent caregivers and inconsistent parents who give you love, kind of like it's unpredictable almost in a sense, this will definitely, and especially like if you have a parent that maybe was, especially from an African household where they love us when you're doing good grades, they love you when you're cooking and cleaning, you know what I mean? But when it comes to just loving you as a person, very difficult,
I
very difficult.
agree.
You know what I mean? Especially if one of your parents, if not both, are angry parents. When I say angry, in the sense like you don't know what you might receive that day. You know that one little thing could trip them. If you have parents like that, it's never a safe environment for you as a child. So what you start to realize is that love is associated with harm. If it's not harmful, right, then is it really love? If it's love, then it must come with some level of harm. But the problem with that is the human mind is harm is also wrong. We don't want to be in pain. So then the very thing that you want to be able to hold on to now becomes a source of pain. But we need to be able to hold on to it to get the love. So it's like a double whammy. And that's what causes the hot and cold behaviors. That's what causes the inconsistency, the unpredictability. And he's probably also sensing that too, right? But he's also probably an avoidant too. So he's probably receiving on the other end the chaoticness from yourself, but he's also probably also avoidant in the way that why am I getting these visibility restrictions? What did I say? I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah. These are situations that actually happen as well, right? But yeah, going back to what I'm saying too. So in this instance, I think there needs to be a real conversation about what we're trying to achieve here. Okay, I think we need let's give yourself a week or two. Let him think about it, let him stew on it, right? But I think you need that space and time too to really understand what you want. If by the end of those 2 weeks you do not know what you want, everything but a yes is a no. There's no such answer as maybe 2 weeks time, 3 weeks. No, every answer that's not a yes is a no. And so that if it's a no, we go and spend time coming to do some healing work so that we can actually trust our discernment. We can trust our voice. We can learn how to handle conflict resolution, and really be able to put ourselves first and not dishonor ourselves by wanting to love somebody, even though we're not necessarily loving ourselves in the right way. Okay. So yes, that's what I would suggest. Let him know, listen, hey, we need just a quick break. We'll come back after 2 weeks and we have a decision to make.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was really helpful.
Yeah. Okay. If you need some coaching, DM me.
Probably do.
Yeah, do you DM me? I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Oh yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. Cool. I don't know why I keep getting restrictions. I don't know what I'm saying. I must be saying something. I keep saying something. I don't know what I'm saying. They're telling me I get restrictions. Low visual quality or static imagery. If detected, enforces content violations. Ultimate. Oh, because I'm having static. What the hell? What's wrong with these people? Because I'm static. What the hell's wrong with them? Because man not moving. What kind of nonsense is that, blood? What's wrong with TikTok, blood? Because man's not moving, blood. That's some stupidness, blood. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. What's your question?
I'm a bit embarrassed. Well, a little bit embarrassed to speak on my situation. There really isn't a situation, but I think I'm scared that it's leading to that it could long term wise could lead to a predicament and say that it does. I think I just need like help learning how to like maneuver the dynamics because I think I might put myself in a compromising situation, but at the same time, I wouldn't necessarily want to put myself in a compromising situation. So like for the most part, like I'm a single mom, and for the most part, like I'm just focusing on like my life and being a mother and what have you. I'm not really looking necessarily to be with anyone. And I think a lot of that just stemmed from just like healing and just wanting to just grow and get to know myself and stuff like that. Fast forward, make a long story short. So like the school that my daughter is based in, what had happened was in the early early days of her attending there. So what it is that like, you know how like, I don't know, it's the same thing in like the UK, right? Where like the I need to close the door for this because she might be listening.
Noise.
So you know how I don't know if it's the same thing in the UK whereby the principal stands outside of the school and basically greets parents. So the way that it's set up with like my daughter's school, like in the morning, he's there to like greet children and parents and what have you, right? But it's I don't know. I think it's an opportunity where you see him, and then if you have a posing question, what have you, I think that's your opportunity. But at the same time, I think it's safe to say that everyone has the main office contact information. Like, I don't really want to get into that because I guess like that's irrelevant. But what it was is that like, it didn't really take too long, but there was just like this, it's safe to say that the attraction was mutual, but to say that was it being entertained or being reciprocated, you know, generally speaking, no, right? But this is how it played out. It was a thing of like, there was like this strong pull between us and stuff like that. And for him, like, I'm only imagine like he's positioned, right? And then you're like, at that time, I'm just assuming he's married, right? You know, and at the same time, like, I wouldn't want to put myself in what would evidently look like a compromising situation anyway, right? Because I think for me, I recognized early that I wanted her to be in the school because I think it's a good school, you know? Okay. And it was a thing of like, eventually, like, it got so like strong and weird where like we couldn't even say hi to each other, you know what I mean? And it got to a point where this is someone who was known for being at the door in the mornings all the time, right? And then all of a sudden, like probably like over 10 years, there's just certain things that he's been doing like consistently. And then all of a sudden that started dwindling down, right? So you can imagine like, my mind can't help but be curious, is it because of me or stuff like that? Because there'll be times where like, it's not that he wants to be rude, right? But it's like, I would just say hi and nothing would, like, there was nothing going on. Do you know what I'm saying? But I would just say hi and he just, you know, he couldn't find himself saying hi to me. And I didn't do anything wrong to this person, right? It got to a point where eventually the way that he would manage it, it was like I said, he would just not longer be at the door anymore. And like I said, I wasn't harassing this man. There was no conversation, no small talk, nothing. It was just like that strange pull dynamic between us that just like triggered and threw both of us off, right? And so I think my approach was like, I don't know, it was weird, right? And there's maybe some might say this was like brave on my part, but I found like a scenario where, I don't know, I felt like I sort of couldn't control it in a sense where I just wanted, subconsciously, I just wanted like clarity, just to speak with the person, you know, just so that my mind can see this is just a normal person like this. Because I'm just saying this is just like obviously like a crush that I'm having with this person, and it's so distracting, you know, and maybe I just need to just speak with them, right? And I played this in my head. I said, I found this in a situation where I spoke to the assistant and I said, I would like to speak to the principal, because this is after like maybe like a few weeks consistently he had stopped showing in the morning and whatnot. So it was a thing of like, there was all of a sudden, unfortunately, a default longing to then create like a reason to like just to speak with him, you know, to just get clarity, just to like, I don't know, quiet my soul or something. Because at the same time, I'm also not agreeing with it. And I think this is so stupid that I'm even going through like this mental or emotional process. So then like, yes, so I was really vague about it, but I essentially was able to have a meeting with him. I set up a meeting with him in the morning, right? And I think it's safe to say he understood the dynamics, even though there was like no conversation happening between us. And in his own subtle way, I felt like he kind of gave that cue, like he couldn't believe that I did this, right? and he just see like he just felt compelled to like, you know, bring me in his office. It was just him and me one-on-one, and I had told myself that I was going to make him privy of my feelings. But like you could tell, like he could. I think he knew that I was planning on doing that, and the way he was trying to, you know, cordially and just in a really kind way, like really deflect, diverge, and you know, I was getting that cue, like I am not like, please do not say it, like type of thing, and then it was, it was a thing of like, I just ended up like deviating, and then it was the weirdest thing, you know. I ended up not addressing it, and I just left it, right. And I mean, for the most part, things kind of carried on as far as him not necessarily always showing in the morning and stuff like that. And then, you know, over time, I think in my own way, subconsciously, there was a situation where I had an argument with the assistant via email, but then he would show himself as though he kind of like, which is weird for me, he kind of thought that by me seeing him or by me him being present, that it would just calm me down, and or at the same time also test to see if I was gonna like wild out or like react. Of like, I did not do any of those stuff. And I think what I've seen, that not that he's established, that when I'm reacting like that to a matter with one of his coworkers, which is very sporadic, right? That I think it's safe to say that he thinks that it's about him subconsciously in some way. And then he feels like he just needs to show up in the morning sporadically. And then I will just like calm down. And I'm not going to lie, that stupid, that it has played out like that. And that is how I've reacted and stuff like that. Fast forward, I don't know what he said to his wife, but all of a sudden she had her eye out for me because she's the lady at the library. And then she's randomly sending me an invoice saying that my child is being charged for taking out a book I don't know anything about. I mean, at that time, it's like, how do you allow a 7-year-old to check out a book and then you want me to pay? But I knew what that was. That was her trying to get me to speak with her. I didn't fall for it. I got the parent coordinator involved. I didn't even address it. But fast forward, that situation led to her micromanaging it, where like the teachers were doing things that were just not cool, man. Like, even there's this app that's meant for parents to be up to speed with what's the activities happening within the school. And, you know, they were like going on field trips, and then they were like basically taking pictures in such a weird way, which it had like undertones of racism, where they were taking pictures of children's heads, and they were lining it up in a way where they were starting from silky hair until like the afro hair. Like it was getting like, on a subtle level, it was getting crazy. And I was like really worried about like how my daughter is being impacted, or if I was available and there was like a school event and I would be present to support my daughter, who's a student in that school, you know, it would be things like, you know, there was just weird things. Was weird, like pull away things that were happening. Just, you know, it was weird. It was weird because it felt like there was already like a conversation about me, and then just people were just doing like really strange things and stuff like that. Fast forward, it got to a point where I spoke out about it. So as a result, when my daughter was in summer camp, which was really recently, they had to do like a lesson plan for her to correct just some of the things that the way they were doing things, like certain assessments, making me privy of things at towards the end of the academic term. You know, just things, tactics, I guess, that they were using to make me, probably intimidate me to like leave and stuff like that. But my whole thing is like, at the end of the day, you're not going to bully me to out of here because you feel as though like, I don't know what he said to you or what impression you have. That's not how it works. My daughter should not have been involved. I don't care what you guys have to say about me. You know what I mean? I think it's also by just me reaching out and requesting to speak to the principal. I think that's something that, you know, probably the wife became privy of and stuff like that. So she's maybe retaliating, reacting to that. And it's like, I'll take the fall for it, but by no means should my daughter be impacted and stuff like that, you know. Fast forward, you know, summer camp is over. She's back in school and everything. There was early on during this academic term, I got a chance to speak with him, and it was following up because she's, even though her situation is like very mild, but she's getting speech therapy. So just based on like just certain like academics that I courses that I've done in the past, and certain like, you know, research interests that I have and stuff like that, pretty much can contribute towards how I think my, you know, my daughter's speech development should be happening and stuff like that. Essentially, just being involved in my daughter's educational development. So I had a brief conversation with him. Fast forward, very recently, I had a meeting with the speech therapist and himself. He was present, right? I had to really like mentally prep myself, and I at that point in time, it's like the emotions are not really strong, but they're still kind of like there, like subconsciously and stuff like that, right? So I think now, like the situation where people, whatever they were saying or the gossip was behind the scenes, it's kind of like kind of come up again and stuff like that. It's almost like people are being told like, when she comes and picks up her daughter at because the after school just so happens to be in the same school building, you do not have brief conversation with her. It's almost because people are like not really speaking to me, but then they'll say, oh, they'll like divert and say, oh, hi. They'll like speak to my daughter instead, you know, just to kind of show that they're not trying to be rude, but there's just kind of like some, I don't know, something against me and stuff like that. So I think this recent meeting, I don't know what sparked amongst the staff members, but they're just looking at me like, I don't know, like I'm still at it, and I'm really not, you know what I mean? But I don't know, I guess my question is like, because he had mentioned that in the meeting that this is something that we would follow up on when she's in like 3rd grade and stuff like that, which is like next year. So I honestly don't know what that means, but you know, I'm just saying, I'm not necessarily saying this is what I want, but I don't know. What if he thinks that I'm supposed to like professionally in some capacity be involved in that school, and you know what I mean, and help other kids or whatnot? I mean, I can only imagine that could be very upsetting for a lot of like the people in that school. And if that offer were to come up, right, I would be doing it for the right reasons, right? But would I also be inviting something that like would just put me in a very like compromising situation?
So you see me, yeah. You know what? First and foremost, I want to validate how you feel, because these things are very real things that happen. Like, let me be real. Like, these are real things that can happen. You know, in real life, things happen. Okay. And we catch feelings. It's understandable. What I would say is, because you can acknowledge that there is some level of something, okay? Yeah. Your position now becomes slightly untenable, because you now can't tell whether anything's happening because of you, and because whether he liked you or you liked him or whatever, or whether this is just the teachers being the teachers or people just being people.
Oh, okay.
You see? So in order to kind of quell that, yes, if a position came up, you might have to, unfortunately, find another way to deal with that situation rather than being on the board or being on the panels, whatever. Because now, unfortunately, it's muddy waters. And it's like even if you don't do anything and you do everything perfectly, you don't know how the wife might feel. You don't know what she's going to do. You don't know how she's going to take it now. So now this all now becomes very sticky, muddy waters. Okay? So it is probably better for you to stay in the position you are right now and be able to interact. I would minimalize my contact with that gentleman as much as I can, because clearly we can't guarantee how he feels, but we know how you feel.
Okay, word.
You know what I mean? So I can't guarantee how he goes. He might feel the same way, and if he does, before you know it's an affair. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be real with you, and you might have told yourself it could never be me. I would never be that person. Let me tell you something. It can easily be anybody when we don't adhere to boundaries and our own sound judgment. I'm only telling you what you know your mind's already told you. So I understand that this is, and I'll be real with you. Like I'll talk to the darkness. Let me talk to the darkness that a lot of people don't like to talk to. I'll talk to the. There is a part of us as human beings, most of us, not all. There's a dark side of us. There's a dark side of us that is willing to do something that we know goes against our better judgment. Given the opportunity, we could do it. And when it comes to situations like this, the darkness is real. Because the question we ask ourselves is, how far is the line? And then how far is the line? And then how much can I see that he wants it? Right? And before you know it, the game that you're playing with yourself takes you down a line. And before you know it, you're somewhere. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, when you told me that story, I thought he took you to the office and I thought it was gonna be an incredible story.
You thought what?
I thought it was about to be an incredible story. I thought it was
No,
about
I
to
was
tell me
able,
that there was some Mills
fortunately
and Boons.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was about to be Mills and Boons. So I'm saying that in a sense of I want to validate how you feel. It's
Yeah.
not crazy to feel an attraction for someone, and even for them to even feel an attraction towards you. These things do happen. What we need to do is protect ourselves, because the fallout, you'll be the single mother who's trying to break up a home, not the person who was equally footed in a scenario where the person also.
But you know what's so ironic? Recently, before I had the meeting with him and the my daughter's teacher, there was a time where he took a leave, and he actually announced it not only on the app but on the email. You know that auto response thing when you're going to be away, and he admitted how he's having a new child coming into the family. But the thing about it is, we all know that his so-called wife, she has not been pregnant, right? And she was away the same time he was away, right? So I think that's quite strange. But then she's also like dropped the last name, and then but he's still wearing his wedding band. I'm just like, I know it's crazy that I'm even looking at these things, you know what I mean? But I'm just like, what the hell, And so, yeah.
No, I get it. Look, and that's what I'm trying to say to you. It's sticky waters for both of you. Because even if let's say he doesn't want you, he may also feel like I can't say it directly because I could be implying something that never was there. And let's say he says, "Oh, I think that you want me," and you go, "No, I don't." Now, what position he left in? What did he see that he thought you liked him? Did he like you? Is that why he's saying that you liked him? It's an untenable position for him. So, really and truly, that's what I'm saying to you. Like, I don't know about him, but I'm just saying to you, you know what? We've had a bit of fun. We've enjoyed a little bit of the flirt and the joke and a little bit of the eye strip tease. Let's leave it here and park the bus here.
I'm looking at the comments and people are reacting and like as though I'm doing something and I'm speaking about something that's not in. There's no cheating. People are saying I'm like stalking. Like, dude, these are things that they're making us privy of on Class Dojo. I'm having a corresponding. I would call it. I'm sorry. I'm having an email exchange with the teacher, and he's CC'd. So when I'm replying to all. So then when he's away, I'm getting that automatic response. So where's the stalker vibes? Like, come on, guys. I have this person's number. I make no contact. You know what I mean? Like, I actually am not doing anything other than just sharing like those, like just sporadic things that are like happening.
So I get you. I get you. Yeah, I mean the audience will make up their own mind. Don't worry about that. But for me, it's all about being boundary led and disciplined, and then asking ourselves the key question: what are we really attracted to?
What?
What are we really attracted to? Why are we attracted to him? You know what I mean? We have to ask ourselves deep down, what is it? And really get to grips with that. Because it may be something that he did that made you feel some way, which is good. We can analyze it and be like, okay, I know that going into any relationship, I need that then. Maybe it's the way that he conversed with you or the way he saw you. We have to take those things and be like, okay, that's probably what I need in my relationship. So we can take the positive from that as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's maybe because the whole leadership role thing, and I think seeing a man in that position being so, it looks like very like reliable and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Because the strange thing is like in the early times, like I think whatever, it's safe to assume that he might have picked up on something, and picking up on something is not saying I think he likes me too, or the case may, I'm saying, but it's to say that I'm pretty sure he has a brain and he can pick up like the cues and stuff like that. Not that I was necessarily intentionally giving him cues or what have you, but it's like a thing of like, one time he just randomly said out of nowhere, unprovoked, unsolicited, I don't care about her.
About who?
I'm assuming he's talking about my daughter, because I think he was also looking at it from my perspective. Like, she sees me, or whatever, attractive man standing here to come greet families. It's a school setting and stuff like that. And I thought that was like so strange. You know what I mean? So, because now he's even delegated this whole standing outside the school to greet families to like the parent coordinator and stuff like that, and he only shows up like sporadically. He's just I guess as soon as I came to that school, this is how he's just moved forward with that whole thing of him being available like that in the morning.
Well, like I said, you're in control and you have power to your power of your destiny. So this is the right time to choose correctly something that will give you life, not death. Trust me, as somebody who's stolen a couple of people's girlfriends, this don't end well. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I would say I get it, I understand it. You're allowed to feel how you feel. And then we say, let's choose something that's going to make sure that we're going to win rather than lose one to them. Yeah?
Yeah.
But I understand. And there's no judgment here, so I understand.
Okay.
I get it.
All right.
All right. So, well, listen, DM me because you're going to need some coaching.
Yeah, because I feel like there's probably some things that could eventually happen again, and it might like raise some questions. So, like,
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. DM me. So get you in the coaching program. I won't mind having to you, okay?
okay, cool. All right, thank you.
All right. I appreciate you.
All right.
Love. Hey, I think that's it. I got one more person. That's the last person, and I gotta go. I gotta go. Yeah. But it's been good so far, guys. We're loving this, man. Listen, it happens. Look, you have to understand. Look, as I said, when you've been to the darkness and the edge, yeah, I know what it looks like. So I don't have no judgment for her because I understand. Look, if you don't know, that's what I said. Until you've gone to the edge, sometimes you don't know what you can do on the edge. The things that I've seen and done, bro, I've been on the edge, bro. So I know what can be done. Okay, so let me ask. Okay, I can't get Chamani on, so let me see if I can get Loss on. Let's see if he's got a question, and then we'll go from there. The edge. Hello, Loss.
No, sorry. I'm at the gym. My bad.
Okay. Do you have a question?
No. I accidentally had you in my pocket. I guess I pressed the button.
Oh, okay.
I'm
All
at
right,
the
man.
gym right now.
Make sure
Sorry,
you have a group
buddy.
session though, bro.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
No worries, brother, man. I appreciate it, man. For the gym member, we love it.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
Appreciate you, dog. Blessing for that. It's good to have the gym people on. All right, listen, my time's up, but yeah, it's been wonderful. It's been great. It's been amazing. Thank you very much for those of you listening. If you want coaching, DM me. We're still doing free discovery call before we do any kind of coaching with you. Look, the edge is a dangerous place to be in. If you've ever been on the edge, I want you to understand the edge is a dangerous place. I've been on the edge several times, and I know what it feels like. There's a pull that pulls you into there, and you don't want to listen to that edge. You know what I mean? Don't listen to that edge, okay? But it's hard, okay? So I want people to understand that. But listen, my time is up. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. I say like, share, subscribe. Make sure you guys, make sure you guys are following us as well. If you want coaching, DM me as well. But if not, we'll be back here on Wednesday night for another one of those calls. How long discovery calls? Cause there's a lot to unpack. No, the discovery call is not for you to unpack the coaching session. It's a 30-minute discovery call. It is us to just kind of understand what you're trying to achieve. What do you want to achieve through coaching? So it's a discovery call like that. Please, it's not a 30-minute call to come and tell me your life about what you're trying. No, because I can't solve it there. But we need to know what you want to solve. Definitely. You know what I mean? Yeah. So DM me. Okay, guys, DM me and I'll send you a link so you can book yourselves in, okay? It's probably my last batch of people because I've got to go off in November. Going December, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. So make sure you guys are getting in there as well before it locks off, and I keep whoever I've got, I'll keep, and I won't add any more until the new year because I want to be able to just relax a little bit and then come back fresh. Okay. But listen, if you're in the room, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. Stay locked, and loaded. We'll see you again very soon. Much love.